What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again, episode 58. Back from a break. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Thank you to all you guys that have been with us every single week. Thank you to the new people that just got to this because they're fans of this band. But yeah, and I'm missing a resident homie this week. We're missing Joel. Love you, dude. You're having a good time at Opeth and Mastodon right now. So fuck yeah. Casey and Joseph. Whoa, almost forgot your name there, bro. Casey and Joseph with me as always. And this week, Cali Death, we're going hard. Oh yeah, first we got a couple more things. We got a couple things to plug here. Joseph, why don't you take yours away first?
For sure. So I'm playing drums for The Last of Lucy on our Moksha ritual tour with Ominous Ruin, the homies, and we're setting out tomorrow. So if you're watching this, the launch day, then we're playing Sacramento tonight at Cafe Colonial with Symbolic, who are a super sick tech death band, and Broken Glass Sanctuary. Super stoked to get out there, see the homies. And then next two shows, Tulare, Barmageddon, and Cupertino at the X Bar with Vitriol headlining. They are coming off their Dying Fetus tour and they're headlining on the way back. So this is going to be super sick.
Fuck yeah.
And then Reminiscence Grave Void at the Tulare show. And then at Cupertino, Logistics Slaughter, who are going to come on here actually next week. And then Eviscerate and Ontogeny, who are both just super sick bands.
Hell yeah. Shout out Ontogeny.
Hope if you're coming out, just say what's up to me. Stoked to meet any Cali Death podcast fans and kick it with you guys. So dude, that is the first plug. Oh, it's a different window. Okay, here we go, dude. Sorry about that.
Yeah, look at that handsome fella.
So big moves by the Cali Death crew. Here we go.
Yeah, dude. Fucking what's up, Casey? You want to talk about a little bit how this one came about and what it is all about?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's pretty new for me. Like Dennis hit me up pretty recently about it and was telling me about the project and that wanted to know if I was interested in doing it. So I was like, dude, yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. It's Dennis and Jonas from Spawn, and then also Erland on bass. So that's all I know so far about it as far as the members. I think we're gonna record this year, or I mean, obviously next year, 2022. Yeah. It's different kind of style, but it's still like
powerful rhythm section.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, man. I'm sure we'll have some demo tracks up at some point. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Project's called Retromorphosis.
Retromorphosis.
Yeah.
It's fucking gonna be sick, dude. And it's cool that we've became close with Dennis and many of people that have been on the show too. It's just like this show has actually like made connections and now like opening doors for people to collaborate and start making new fresh shit. And it's just super exciting, dude. So fuck yeah, Casey, for grabbing that gig, dude.
Okay, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah.
And I've heard a couple of the demos that are not yet the snippets that are out there on YouTube with some of the unreleased stuff. And it's super sick. And it has that like classic Spawn vibe, and I'm sure Casey's gonna fucking blow away the drum on it. So yeah, it's gonna be super sick. Can't wait.
It's gonna be like a different style, but like it's gonna be similar. And like I don't know how to totally explain all of that. I guess we got to get Dennis back on here and get Jonas on here and talk to them. And
I know, dude. Yeah, but they're always. We've talked to Dennis about it, and I think that'll happen pretty soon. And you guys can all lay it out on the table for us, dude.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
It's gonna be cool. So it's not gonna be just new Spawn. It's gonna be something else, so we'll see.
Cool. Yes. So one more thing we want to plug before we get into this. An old friend of ours, a guy who's been on the show before, Austin Spence, he had just recently started a podcast too, Mendo Metal Podcast, and they are focusing on the Mendocino County metal scene from all the way back to the 80s and stuff like that. So they're gonna start archiving their history as well. So there's another cool thing about this podcast, inspiring other people to be proud of their scenes and being able to just entertain people with giving their stories too. So fuck yeah, Austin, fuck yeah, Adam. And yeah, dude, Mendo Metal Podcast. Go check it out. One more podcast plug I just remembered. If you're missing Joel this week, go check out Nothing's for No One's not recent episode, but one right before the most recent episode. Joel did a 3-hour kick it with them. So if you missed Joel this week, you could get some Jolie Bear over at Nothing's for No One podcast. What up, Jason? Bill?
Yep.
All right. Now we're fucking through it, and we are here tonight with a big old slab of Cali death for you guys. These guys have known Juan for about almost 10 years now. I met him. He was a young buck. I met him in Las Vegas Metal Fest. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But Juan Hernandez and Zakk Olds from Euphoric Defilement, unique band, holding down that Cali sound still. Your 2013 album.
Yeah.
Fucking
Until Worms came out in 2013.
hell yeah, dude. Brutal as fuck. And yeah. And I'd love to hear your guys' stories. So wherever we want to start, guys, who was there from the beginning? You guys, I want to know each of your stories. We like to take it back as far as you possibly can. Get me to the place where you're sitting, tinkering with your toys on your living room floor, and you're hearing your parents' music in the background, and something clicks with you. And now music is something more important than just background noise.
All right. So
who wants to go?
That would be Juan first. He's the founder, Mr. Euphoric himself.
Shut up.
Nice.
All right, to me, it all started when I was a young kid, man. Like, I had a young mom. She had me when she was 18. So growing up, I just remember my mom always listening to like Pink Floyd, The Cars, Queen, Def Leppard, all that stuff, you know. So rock and roll was always in the household. But I would like to say what really got me into like metal, and it sounds weird as fuck, but was Nirvana.
Hell yeah.
I got into Nirvana like, at all. Yeah, like in 1999, I would like to believe. I must have been like 14 or 15. I used to have a friend in middle school. His name was Raphael. He was like the only kid that would bring like an acoustic guitar every day to school. And like we just became homies. And like one day he was just jamming, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? He's like, oh, I'm playing Nirvana. I'm like, what's that? Like, he showed me the first riff for Smell Like Teen Spirit. Mm-hmm. And he taught me how to play it. And from there on, like, I got obsessed with fucking playing guitar because like I couldn't believe I was doing it, you know, like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then like he let me borrow the cassette. I took it home. I listened to it. It was fucking noisy. It was fucking energetic as fuck. And I was in, you know, like after that, I started to get into more bands. Ironically, when it started weird because I started very, very heavy. And then I backpedaled a little bit because like I have this
real quick, I want to stop you, Juan, because you're kind of jumping ahead. I want to know back in your young years when you finally decided you want to pick up a guitar. Like how old were you at that age?
I was
about 15, that same age?
15, yeah. Okay. It'll happen very fast, bro.
Yeah.
It'll happen very, very fast. I was about 15 years old, 1999.
So it was literally that situation with Nirvana and
yeah.
the acoustic guitar that made you.
Yeah. I didn't even own a guitar at the time, but that got me very interested because me and him will like meet up at his house after school and just hang out and listen to music, you know, like he'll show me bands like Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, all this shit. Like that shit was all new to me. You know,
that's Casey's. All that's Casey's jam, right? You were a grunge kid, Casey, right?
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Hell yeah,
fucking sick, dude. Yeah. So pretty much
like a certain age.
Yeah. So from what I can recall, that's what made me want to start. I don't want to say playing, but like being more involved in music in one way or another. You know, like I didn't know what I wanted to do, either sing or do. I wanted to be involved somehow. So
this is SoCal area that you're growing up. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Roosevelt High in East LA.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like my friend moved back to Mexico because he was from Mexico. And I just remember one day I went to a pawn shop and I bought like a $50 acoustic guitar. piece of shit guitar, dude. Sounded horrible. But like it was close enough for me to like,
Yeah.
you know, and then like the fucking internet was brand new at the time. So I was able to look out tabs and learn riffs here and there. And like time went on and I kept learning how to play certain easy songs here and there. But then I had another friend in high school and he was into like the satanic black metal fucking evil shit, bro. And like, I remember that shit was scary at first, man. I was like, oh shit, I don't know. But like the more stuff he showed me, the more I was like attracted to him. What the fuck is this? You know? So like he pretty much showed me like bands like Demon Borgir, Cradle of Filth, you know, Old Man's Child, you know.
So that's like your first exposure to extreme music, was that those types of bands right there? Okay.
Yeah, dude. That was it. And like also some symphonic metal bands like Arion, Nightwish, stuff like that. I was all into that stuff, you know. It sounded good to me. To me, if it sounds good, it sounds good. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
It can be anything. And after that, like I liked it, but I wasn't 100% into it for some reason. Like I couldn't digest it 100%. It was too much for me, but I still liked it. Like I was still listening to like the more chill music. And then one day I found a cassette on the floor. It was like a tape, a copy of a tape. I found it. I picked it up. I didn't even know what it was. I took it home, listened to it. It was Injustice for All.
Wow.
By Metallica. When I heard that chunk, I'm like, the fuck is this, dude? Like, and from there on, I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like,
of all tapes that could have been, you know, for a kid who's just freshly getting into metal and stuff, it could have been anything, but it was Injustice for All, which is perfect, dude.
Yeah, dude. And then that album made me want to buy a fucking electric guitar and like a little practice amp and a distortion pedal and start learning songs, you know. And yeah, dude, that's pretty much how it started.
So did you have any bands, people that you jammed with in high school or anything, or were you just at home in your room?
I had friends that I will like chill with after school, but it wasn't like a band situation, just to jam for the sake of jamming. We were not even good at guitar or anything, but like if you knew the first riff for Master of Puppets, you were fucking sick, you know? Like,
yeah.
So yeah, I had a few friends, but like when it came to like being in the band, like it didn't cross my mind till like way after, you know, and probably like 3 years after. So
3 years after high school?
Yeah. No, actually when I graduated in 2003.
Okay.
So,
you're only a year behind me. I graduated 2002. I thought you were more younger than me than just 1 year.
I'm 36. So.
Oh, dude, you look great for 36. Dude. I thought you were younger. Yeah, dude. No, totally. I thought you were, you know, closer to Joseph's age, dude.
Oh no, dude. I looked older. Like a few years ago, I looked a lot older, but yeah. I used to be like.
Oh yeah, dude. That's when I met you. You were a much bigger boy. But you still the same one though, dude.
Of course, the only one.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So now take me through, you know, trying to, so you decide, so what's the point that you decide to play extreme music actually with other people?
Oh, dude, it was I would say it was like by accident almost. Every night I would log into Yahoo chat, you know?
Yeah.
Be like on the metal room, you know? And like, I remember people were like, they'll play music on the computer and they'll pull their fucking microphone next to their fucking speaker and they'll like fucking stream the fucking sound from the fucking microphone. And it sounded like crap, but like that was the metal room, you know, and that was cool and shit.
It's like the new age tape trading shit, dude. I mean,
I know, yeah.
You keep dubbing tapes and it ends up being shitty quality. They're just doing a new version of it.
Holy man. So like, I remember one time, like most of the people, like it was like a group of people that will always log in at night and we just hang out, you know, and talk shit. And like, I was heavy into black metal already at that time, like heavy, like really fucking into it. And I remember I would like talk about it and whatever. And there was this guy that was always talking shit to me, like fuck black metal, pussy ass shit, corpse paint makeup. It's all about death metal, you know, this and that. And I'm like, fuck you, dude, whatever. And like, this and that. And that went on for like a few weeks. And then one time he sent me like a DM, like, hey bro, like I just think you're a cool as dude, man. Like I'm just fucking around, you know, like you seem pretty cool, whatever. Like, hey man, it's all good, you know. He's like, yeah, man, do you play guitar, whatever? Do you play any instrument? I'm like, yeah, I think I play guitar. Oh shit, well, I have a band. Well, no, he said I have a drummer and me and him are trying to start a band. I want to do vocals and we're looking for a guitar player. Will you be down to like, you know, come down and jam with us? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So about 2 weeks after, like I remember I took the bus with a tiny ass little practice amp and my BC Rich Kerry King Flying V with no case, just my strap and me riding the fucking bus, dude. That shit all the way from West LA to South Central LA, dude.
Damn.
I took like 2 different buses and like I showed up. The guy's name's Chris. He had this big fucking drum set, dude, like with tons of cymbals. He was a huge Pete Sandoval fan. I didn't know who Pete Sandoval was at that time, but anyways.
Yeah.
So like I just remember just showing up and they're like, do you know any death metal songs? I'm like, I know mostly black metal stuff. Like what? I'm like, I don't know. Dissection, Cradle, some Dark Throne. Do you know any fucking D-side or Cannibal Corpse? I'm like, no. What about Death? I'm like, no. So what do you know that we all know? I'm like, you know, I'm like, do you guys know how to play Raining Blood? They're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, let's go. So I remember the first song we like attempted to play was fucking I'm a Raining Blood by Slayer. Sounded like total shit, but it was close enough for it to be like, hell yeah, dude, you know? Mm-hmm. So after that particular band practice, I remember the drummer, he brought me a CD with a bunch of death metal songs. It had Deicide, it had Death, it had Cannibal Corpse, it had Incantation, Obituary, a bunch of shit. He's like, try to learn some of these songs, and then next time you come down, like we'll see if we can do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. So like I looked up some tabs. The tabs were wrong. So I try to like I learned like 2 songs by ear. I learned Day of Suffering by Morbid Angel.
Yeah.
And I learned Evil Death by Death. I got those 2 songs down, you know. Next weekend I show up, we jam them, and it sounded pretty good. And that was pretty much like, I would say that I got into death metal almost by accident. And I ended up liking it, you know, like, and
so you got into death metal because you were forced to learn some songs to jam with these dudes, basically.
Yeah, that, and I just wanted to be in a band. It didn't matter what it was. And if it was metal, it's metal. It sounds cool, you know? But like, I remember at the time being like a little too brutal for me.
Yeah.
A little bit too brutal.
That's a common thing, dude. I mean, Joel said it too. It's like, I think it's, you know, probably the vocals where it starts is like, nobody's ever heard that.
It was definitely the vocals for me.
The vocal style is just something that's so abnormal to.
I was very used to like the high pitched black metal stuff, you know?
Yeah. And that screamy, it's more, like screams you can hear in regular metal and heavy metal and shit like that. But that low guttural growl shit, like the first time you hear it, it's like, wait, that's possible? You know?
Yeah.
The first time you hear Chris Barnes eaten back to life, you're like, oh shit, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I even remember like we started off as a cover band. And we covered Death, we covered Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Slayer. What else? That was about it.
Which are all kind of crossover bands. Like, I think that a lot of those bands can be liked by black metal fans too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
The imagery, you know, a lot of the content and even the music itself, really. It's the vocals. That's the biggest difference. Well, I shouldn't say the biggest difference with black metal and death metal, but yeah, it's just one of those things that throws most people off in the beginning, but it becomes an acquired taste, and then you end up like fiending for it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, man. And I even remember trying to like lure them into like doing some black metal stuff. They're like, so what do you want to do? I'm like, you guys want to do some Dissection? I know that pretty well on guitar. And they're like, that's gay. I'm like, all right. They're like, learn these songs. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, yes, I liked it, but I cannot say I was 100% into it until I was introduced to Devourment. Because it was catchy. It was fucking catchy. I'm like, okay, so it's cool to be catchy and still play death metal, you know? So that's when I really can say I got into fucking writing death metal songs and doing original songs and stuff like that.
So, is it any of those guys end up being in the first incarnation of your Euphoric?
No,
No.
no.
So that was just a stepping stone for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
How long did that project go before you guys parted ways?
Well, probably 3 years.
Oh, okay.
About 3 years, and then
Shows and shit. You guys were you gigging?
yeah, we were gigging. After a while, we started to write originals. We had like a good set of original songs.
Any recordings or anything?
Home recordings. I remember we all invested. Well, back in the days, and I would like to say through 2004 to 2008, the backyard show scene in LA was fucking huge, man.
Nice.
There were shows in Gardena, South Central, Wilmington, Friday, Saturday, sometimes even Sundays, for sure. And multiple shows too. Sometimes we'll play 2 shows in one night.
Fuck yeah.
Go to one fucking backyard, play, then pack up and go to another one, and then just go back to our garage and just drink, like
sick, dude.
Yeah.
I wish I wish we saw more of that up here. It's like I love house party shows, dude. If the vibe's right and everybody's into it, dude, it can get wild and crazy.
Hanging out. It's fucking sick.
We've mentioned it many a times, but Odious used to do that back in the day. They used to host shows at Thunderdome all the time, dude. And we, what's up, Casey?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but actually, the first one that we did was actually in high school down here in San Diego, and it was like because we started Odious right before senior year. And so we had the band so we could do shows that year and all this. But they had this party that was like, not the first one, it was like the second one or whatever, but it was called Metal and Beer. And it was just this house party that was just insane, basically. And I remember that was like my first like show, like playing in front of people and like blasting, like in this crowd. There's like people spilling beer all over my cymbals and my drum set falling into the kit and everything, But it was cool because like, all the guys that were there and stuff and gals, the few that were there were super into death metal, and so like they'd never seen us play, and our friend that was in the band, he used to play drums in another death metal band, so he played guitar in Odious, and so they'd never seen us play with him and this whole thing. So I'm like blasting and just like, whoa, this is really cool. Like I'm doing blast beats and people are like headbanging and super into it, like right in front of me, and I was like, oh, I get this. Like this is why people do this,
Yeah,
it's super fun.
So was the project Decilience? Is that who you're talking about?
Oh no, that was before Decilience. Oh, Decilience? Holy shit!
I mean,
the professor does his research, dude.
I just all I do is follow up on Metal Archives.
No, the project's name was. It's funny because like the band's name was a death metal band called Necronazarene. I came out with that name.
Nice.
Black metal as fuck. I'm like, dude. I remember like, so what are we gonna call a band? And I remember a drummer, he grabbed the Bible. And like we found the word necron in there, and then like fucking the word Nazarene and combined them together. Necronazarene was like sounds evil as fuck. Like sounds a little black, and I'm like, dude, it's like Deicide almost. Deicid's pretty like evil. It's like in the same page. I'm like, it's like a dead fucking deity or something,
Yeah.
All right. So like, yeah, we called the band Necronazarene, and so after a few years, like we all kept, oh no, like I just wanted to be more serious about it, and everybody was like on a whole different page, and like the band split, and then I was homies with Adrian Lira from a band called Zakk. I don't know if you guys know him. Zakk, just Zakk. And we started to jam together, and we came out with a band. Well, I mean, it was Decilience, but before it was called Decilience, it was called Mutated. We called it Mutated, and like we wrote an EP, and we got it recorded it. We recorded it and everything, and then stuff happened.
Can you find those songs anywhere?
They're on YouTube. If you find the Decilience, it's called Inhuman Deformities.
Nice.
Yeah. So like stuff happened within the band, and like I ended up leaving. And when I left, they changed the name to Decilience, and they released the EP.
So you're on the EP, but you left before it got released?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much. And after that, I didn't want anything to do with any bands. I'm like, I don't want to play no more, like I just want to kick it. I just want to go to shows and hang out, So I was fed up. So I still kept like jamming and stuff at home, and like I still kept writing because I still like playing. I just didn't want to do it like with people.
Yeah.
And I remember I downloaded a drum machine and like I started to like write like drum patterns, and I figure out how to record guitars into the computer and all that shit like that. And I wrote a couple of songs and I showed them to a few people, and they're like, "Hey man, like if you were to start a band with these songs, I think a lot of people will probably like it." So like a lot of my close friends really encouraged me to do so. And that's when I decided to, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna try again. And like that's when I hit up our drummer, Gabe. I have known him from the backyard scene back in the days. He used to be in a band called Sculpture Wounds. And he was the sickest fucking drummer in the backyard scene. I remember like fucking they were a sick ass band, and everybody would always get behind him just to watch him play.
Fuck yeah.
Fast as fuck, but effortless, dude. He'd be so relaxed. Like no sweat, like it almost looked like he was falling asleep while playing. Relaxing play.
That's just how he looks. He looks like he's just perpetually asleep. And then he's just back there like going as fast as he fucking can, dude. He's nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, so I hit him up. And then I remember posting an ad on Craigslist looking for a second guitar player, because for this band, I wanted to have 2 guitar players for sure to do harmonies and whatnot. And I found a guy, his name's Nate, and like he happened to live just down the street from me, which was weird. Like, we got together, we started jamming with Gabriel, and we wrote quite a few songs. Actually, no, hold on. No. I got it all fucked up. Before Gabe joined, I met Nate. And we were writing to a drum machine. And we were playing shows with a drum machine, Sean Whitaker style. And that's when, that's when like we're like, dude, we have to find a fucking drummer. And I'm thinking, I know the right guy. So I hit up Gabriel. He used at the time he was playing for a band called Fallen Figure already. They were very popular. And he's like, I'm down, dude. I'm always down to fucking do some session work or even help out. I'm like, cool. So I sent him some tracks, and like we got together at a rehearsal space, and we were jamming, and he got it down, dude. Effortless. I feel we had to tell him to go faster here and there because like his previous band was like more on like the deathcore side. So whenever we'll have like fucking the breakdown parts, he'll play him like like very like deathcore-ish. I'm like, nah, dude, you gotta do fast as fuck with the double pedal. He'll be like, I can't do that. I'm like, yes, you can, try it. And then he'll do it like effortless. I'm like, see, you can.
He still does that. He still does that. Yeah. I can't do that, and then he just does it, and you're like,
being a dick, like,
man.
Nice. I saw you guys play live at Las Vegas Death Fest this year, and Gabe like fucking blew me away as a drummer, so I can definitely corroborate all this.
Nicest guy too.
You hate him too, right? He's horrible.
Yeah, I fucking no. I just watched and I'm like, okay, so I'm not the best guy here, I guess. So.
Dude, probably one of the tightest drummers at the festival, dude.
I remember behind right before he went on, he was warming up. I think wasn't the World Series on at the time, so he's like watching like the game on his phone while warming up.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, sick, dude. I want to go talk to this guy. And then I'm like, no, I'm just gonna let him warm up. And then like half an hour later, he's just like one-handed fucking 290. And I'm just like, you guys are so fucking fast. It's insane. So
thanks, man.
Yeah.
And it really happens when we play shows, because at practice, like we tend to play very slow, but at shows, adrenaline just kicks in.
It always happens. That's literally what I was just about to say. It happens to all of us, dude, because you just get pumped right before you fucking go out there, and then and then it ends up being faster than you thought that you ever could play it, and everybody's just like, "Oh shit, dude, we're fucking doing this fast right now, dude." Yeah.
Got to go like the opposite, and go slower live or something. You know?
I know.
Like I was watching this like Megadeth video randomly when I got home from work, and it was like from this year. It's just like this pretty cool video actually, but it's just from someone's phone. But I was like, this is like slower than the album. It's gotta be, it was like Holy Wars. It was like just a little slower. It was sick.
I've heard I've had that experience too with bands where I've come in and it's slower than the album, and actually there's certain times it's actually been disappointing because like oh dude, you gravity blast that fast on the album, but it doesn't seem like you can keep it up that speed, you know. So I was just like kind of let down at times, but at the same time, dude, it's like I don't really like really fast shit, dude. Like I like that. I was just talking to Jordan from fucking Lust of Decay, and we were talking about that 200 to 220 beats per minute, like how you can really feel a drummer at that speed, you know. I prefer to like groove out to like 200 to 220, and everybody's like pushing 250. Even all the bands that I'm in, it's like fast shit too, but I'm just like
I remember
maybe that's why I like the slower shit, because all the stuff I'm doing is so fucking fast.
I remember Colin from Vile, Colin Davis would always be like, you know, it's like I'm all about like 230 range, or like, you know, like I love it when bands are just like a little slower as opposed to that 240, 250 in a band, you know, but like 230 around that 220, you know, you're talking about, yeah. And I was like, that's kind of like, it is a good speed, dude. You know?
Yeah, that double bass just it hits different at that speed, dude. And you can really fucking beat the fuck out of them versus
exactly
that fucking,
it's not pitter patter, it's just like
B-wing flutter that some people are doing to get
some of these guys can
kappa.
Yeah, but the drummers that can hit hard, like Callias and stuff, they can play at 260 with like his slamming, dude. You know, it's like Jesus.
Yeah.
But
that's Gabe, dude. Like he's a cave. He hits that shit like a caveman, dude. But but it's just so clean and fast, and it's like how
no heel toe, no doubles, all legs, but fast as fuck, dude. He doesn't need triggers. He doesn't need triggers because like we played without triggers before. He's loud as fuck and fast as fuck. Still,
wow, crazy!
He's an alien, dude. I'm teling you, he's a fucking alien, bro. It's
he use triggers though because it sounds better at a show with triggers. But
yeah. No, that's crazy. That's
and the mix at that Death Fest show was good. I know from the audience, it wasn't on stage necessarily. I remember we talked about that, but it was just like, and it was crazy because like in the other room, like not even where the band was playing, they had like the like soundboard sound pumped into there, and it like sounded even better over there.
Yeah,
I was just like going back and forth, like wanting to see it but wanting to hear it even better. But either way, yeah, like the snare mic was like perfectly placed, so you could hear his snare playing really, really good. So
I just realized that with you guys saying Las Vegas Metal Fest, I'm in my head right now. I'm like, the first time I met Juan was at Las Vegas Metal Fest. The last time I saw Juan was at Las Vegas Metal Fest. Like,
yeah, dude. I remember I was like, dude, Silver Savior is like my favorite brutal death metal band ever, dude. And like to see you guys live for the first time with this Gorge coming back at the same fucking festival, it was like, fuck, dude. I was shitting my pants, dude.
And you also, all the SoCal shows we did with Discord, you were there.
I went to all of them, dude.
You followed us around, dude. Yeah.
Zakk played a few of them too with his old band, Portrait of a Killer.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we opened up for a couple of them with another guitar player that ended up being in Euphoric.
Those are fun, dude. SoCal shows are always fucking fun, dude. Always have fucking fun down in SoCal, dude.
Oh yeah, man.
But Juan, you won a fucking BC Rich Warlock that first fucking.
No, I won a roller guitar. Okay. Jesse Inson's guitar company back then. He had like a guitar company and stuff. He did a guitar for Etalorda.
Okay.
From this Gorge, and like there was a guitar giveaway. And like
I don't know why I thought it was a BC Rich.
No, I was playing a BC Rich at the time. That's probably why.
Okay.
Wait, no. I didn't play that show, but like I always played a BC Rich back in the days. Now I'm playing Ibanez. But what happened is that I remember there was a raffle because Jesse was trying to get his brand out there, and they made a guitar for Ed. And I remember when I saw the picture of his fucking Warbird, I'm like, that's just fucking sick as fuck. It has this Borscht logo on it. It looks fucking sick, dude. Mm-hmm. So like, I remember just being at the festival. It was when like it was being held at the Shining Saloon in Vegas, at the middle of nowhere, small little club.
Yep.
Dude, I love that fucking place because first of all, it was in the middle of nowhere. There were no distractions. There was nothing. It was just the festival, so everybody was there. Nobody was walking around outside or nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I just remember like being outside smoking a cigarette, and my friend was like, "Dude, fucking, I mean, you have to buy a fucking ticket for the raffle." I'm like, "Nah, I don't want to." Dude, like, "Dude, I'll buy you one." I'm like, "Fuck it, just buy me one." So he bought me one, and like at the end of the night, right before you guys, right before Severed Savior. There's a video on YouTube when they do the raffle, and I just fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm wearing a Severed Savior shirt, and I jump on stage all happy and stuff. Like, yeah,
fuck yeah.
So like, I just remember like just waiting. I'm sitting there. They're fucking. The lady's calling out the numbers, and then she calls out my number, but she missed the last number. I'm like, and like she just skips the last number. She just says Juan Hernandez. I'm like, yeah, and then just jump on stage and like, dude, that shit was fucking dope.
Do you still got that guitar?
No, dude. Ironically, I gave it back to Big Mike, the guy that because like I didn't use it. It was just like a wall hanger. You know, it wasn't the best quality guitar in all disrespect, but it was cool. You know, who doesn't want a free guitar?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I went to add. That was not a roller-made guitar. They customized a ding guitar. They put like all these graphics on it and like stuff. So like, no, I'm pretty sure the ones they made themselves were pretty good. But this particular one, it wasn't made by them. It was like a cheap ding, but they made it look cool, you know. So that's the one they gave away. But I remember a few months after that show, Mike hit me up asking me if I wanted to sell it to him. And like Mike has always been real good to us, you know. So like, you know what, you just have it. So like he's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, dude. So the following weekend there was a Dying Fetus show at the Whiskey, and he came down with Troy from Service with Troy.
Nice.
Troy Fullerton. He came down with him, and like I brought that guitar over to the show, and like I gave it to him. He's like, thank you, man, and he just bought me beers all night. I'm like, cool.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Free beers, dude, and all you have to do is have your homie buy you a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I found the video. If you guys want to watch it,
dude.
Yeah, let's see it, dude.
Watch this shit.
Here we go. Let's pull it.
You're gonna hear me, yeah. Ed, Jesse, right here, dude. Fucking Jesse's next to Ed. There you go.
Where's the volume? Got nothing.
Did you share the sound, Joseph?
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. All right, here we go. One more time.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
I heard it though. I got the perfect spot. Here we go.
All right, ticket number 30998. Juan Hernandez.
That beef kick, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
That's a Saber shirt, though.
Hey, yo, SoCal fucking represent, man. Fucking all my homies from Los Angeles, fucking NoCal, fucking San Diego and shit.
Ed, what up, dude?
That's my friend Joe. He the one that bought me the ticket.
Shout out to Joe.
Yeah, dude, it's totally not a BC Rich, dude.
I'm like, come on, come back.
Oh, dude, it's the Ghost logo one, too. Those are dope. Yeah, dude, look at you.
Nice.
Look at you.
That's
You're fucking stoked, bro.
Yeah, it was, dude. I was so fucking happy.
I mean, dude, I've never won anything like that in my life, dude. I probably would have fucking.
Oh, dude, I have good fucking luck.
You guys would have to
winning
catch
stuff.
me because I would have fainted or some shit, dude.
Yeah, like it's funny. Like a few weeks after this other guitar called Halo, they fucking they did a giveaway, and like I signed up for the giveaway. It was just comment and share the fucking video, and they're like, I ended up winning that fucking guitar too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Casey, have you ever won anything, dude? Like a raffle that was dope or anything like that?
I don't think so. No, I got really bad luck, dude. No,
Yeah, me too.
Same here.
No, I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I never won anything really. No, you know. Well, actually, okay, so there was one time where like it was like my family, but like we went to visit my uncle in Colorado, and like they like gave us a lottery ticket like for Christmas, like as a kind of a joke kind of thing, and because they like played the lottery a bunch, and we were like, oh, okay, whatever. And my parents just left it there. Like, no, we don't, because my parents are super anti like lottery or whatever. And they like won like $100,000 on it.
What?
Yeah. Whoa. But I don't know if he gave my dad some money or whatever, but they're like, yeah, it's crazy. That was like $100,000.
$100,000, dude. That's
something like that's the story. I don't know.
Crazy.
The most, yeah, it's like $20 on a scratcher. That's me, dude. That's my most I've ever gotten.
Yeah.
All right, so back to Juan or Euphoric and all that shit, dudes. That was the weeds for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get Zakk's story and then like catch up.
Yeah, let's do that, Zakk. So let's take us back real quick into that same spot, dude. Go back to when music fucking switched. The switch changed, dude.
It kind of started like I have a lot of musical people in my family, a lot of musicians in my family, so music's kind of always been around. I grew up with a lot of like John Cougar Mellencamp, Tom Petty type of stuff, and I didn't really gravitate towards that too much. It's fine. I don't hate it, but it's not really my jam. But it's kind of the same with Juan. When I found Nirvana, that was when like I heard the electric guitar and the heavy drums and all that kind of stuff. It kind of just like, oh, music is cool, you know? And I got really obsessed with like Soundgarden, and still love Soundgarden. Smashing Pumpkins is like a top band for me. Like they hit me at like the right time when I was like 12 or 13 or whatever.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, so yeah, we're all around
like
there.
Same with me, dude. I'm the same age, and dude, Smashing Pumpkins was a big deal. Like
right when it hit at like my not even early teens, like I'd say pre-teens. It just Melancholy.
What was that silent movie music video? It was like based on the silent. What's that song?
Tonight.
Yeah, so that I remember that being very like all over the place. Like every day you turn on MTV, that video is gonna pop up at some point. Dude.
I watched it every time, dude.
Super cool video.
That's the first big concert I went to was Smashing Pumpkins in San Diego, like '96, I think.
Nice.
It was so sick. He's all, the world is a man, like the whole place, dude. It was like they showed like freaking like that Planet of the Apes like movie, like a clip from that or something. He's like, you dirty ape, and then it's like that part. He's like, the world is a vampire.
Shit, like
wow. Then there was a guy in the crowd who was like a Billy Corgan lookalike. He's like this bald guy with the Zero shirt and the silver pants, like walking around. Like that's him. Wait, that's not him. Wait a minute. Anyways, but yeah, that shit was sick. Yeah, continue, dude. Sorry.
But that's where the love kind of like started with me, was with like, you know, the grunge kind of stuff. And then I had friends that were in like into punk and like hardcore and stuff back then, but for some reason it just kind of like it scared me, I guess. I don't know. I just wasn't. You know what I mean? I was like, no, there's no melody. Like they're just screaming about stuff. I don't know what to do, you know, like
understandable.
And then new metal happened. Get your bingo cards out.
15-minute discussion incoming. No, I'm just
right.
Are you yay or nay on new metal?
Oh, dude, I was 1,000% yay.
He's
bro.
yay.
Like,
okay.
Yeah, dude.
You got a couple yays, dude. With 3 yays.
Like that's the first stuff that I started like jamming on with people. Korn and Fear Factory, I think, were the first things I tried covering. Like when I got my little 4-string Fender bass when I was like 14 years old, you know?
Yeah. It was Slipknot like really put the hooks in, and
Slipknot took me to like the nether realms, dude. When I heard Sick, the song Sick for the first time,
there was
no going back. When I heard the double bass, no going back after that.
It was a life changer for a lot of kids, dude, at that time.
The whole thing, I think it's sick.
The whole thing, I think it's sick. And but yeah, totally. And then it was like, oh, they're on Roadrunner. Okay, I got to pay attention to Roadrunner. And then not long after Fear Factory as well.
Yeah. So like the new metal stuff, that's when I started going to shows and like experiencing like bands. Because before then, when I was a baby and like a little kid, I'd be watching MTV and it was a bunch of dudes in spandex and like big hair and stuff. And I was like,
oh yeah, I love that shit.
Like I was the opposite. For some reason, I didn't like it. Like I was like, ugh, this sucks. But I always had music around me. So I kind of just, the two didn't connect until I started going to shows and experiencing it for myself. And that was when it was like, all right, I got this shitty little Fender Squier bass that I got for my 14th birthday. I'm gonna like try and like do that, you know, what I see up on stage and shit, and just started jamming new metal in the garage with a bunch of stoner friends.
Yeah, were you
smoking the
originals? I was also in a new metal band. I've probably mentioned it on the podcast before. That was like my first real band. So I can feel you doing new metal in the garage, dude.
Dude,
my band was called Flatline. Flatline.
Ours was called Invidious Nil.
Invidious Nil.
Yep.
What take me down?
No, exactly. It's just a bunch of stoner kids in a garage just banging out like Deftone covers and you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was good for what it was. It was fun. It taught me a lot.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Stepping stones, and I still, you know, there every crowd this is what I've noticed, dude. It's like no matter what crowd you get into, if you're not into that, then they're gonna make fun of the shit that wasn't part of that crowd. So if you're, you know, back when I was in middle school, it was rockers versus rappers and all this kind of shit. It's like what you listen to, you know, and fucking then, you know, I move out and I realize that I like both. You know, I get into high school and I'm listening to everything. Yep. I'm already, you know, dabbling in everything. I grew up on doo-wop and fucking 50s, and my parents were listening to country. It's like the variety's already always there, but it was like back then you couldn't really talk about the variety of music that you were into because you'd end up getting made fun of. Well, even getting into the extreme metal realm, it's like back in the day, telling somebody I got here from new metal as a stepping stone, you would immediately get fucking stomped down, dude. You're just like, new metal's lame, dude. Fuck that shit. You're just like, well, dude, I'm here now.
Thing around, dude. Yeah. When we were kids, it was the biggest thing around. Like, dude, Deftones were huge, man. They're so huge.
Hell yeah, dude. And for a good reason. I mean, they fucking know how to write a fucking song, dude.
Right.
That's really what it comes down to.
My friends listen to. I remember, like, now this is where I start getting into like the heavier stuff, because the new metal. I had one friend that would slip me like Cannibal Corpse tapes every once in a while, or like, and what clicked was Gallery of Suicide and Then You'll Beg by Cryptopsy.
Oh, no shit. Shout out Mike DeSalvo. What up?
Dude, those albums scared me from playing death metal for years, because I was like, that's what death metal is? I was like, I can't do that shit. Like I can't.
It was scary at first, man.
I should just stop here and just like not progress any further. So I kind of just played like rock for so many years and it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Cryptopsy definitely is an intimidating band to hear right off the bat. You know,
oh, dude,
I'm Cannibal.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go for it. So, no, I was just going to say Cannibal is maybe a little more better of an introduction, band. A lot. Cannibal was, one of my main introduction bands into death metal as well. But like hearing Cryptopsy already that well tuned, that prime Cryptopsy, and you're just like, wait, what the fuck,
dude?
How
the bass on that record? I would just sit and like listen to that on headphones and just like, there's no way that this is real. Like, how is this person like doing all this crazy, and I'm in my garage trying to figure out like Loco by Cold Chamber or something, you know what I mean? Like it's
dude, I just snorted because I'm just laughing at myself re-listening to Cold Chamber recently.
Me too.
Fucking sucks, dude.
It's horrible, dude. It's the worst.
It's
so bad, dude. What was wrong with us?
I gave them $32 of my money, dude. I bought 2 of their albums, dude. And then I re-listened to it now, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this, dude?
Yikes!
See, now you see what I see or saw.
But there are
by the
still
way,
gems. Don't worry
about that snort. I'm going to edit that out, dude. Snip that snort right out, dude.
Snip the snort, dude.
Snip
the snort, bro. Wait, just snip my snort, bro.
We're snort-free podcast. We don't do that.
All right, Zakk. Sorry, bro.
No, it's good, man.
But Korn's the best.
Dude, I got heavy into Korn.
We get Casey to agree to Korn.
Oh yeah, I like Korn. Of course. Well, I mean, especially the first 2 albums. Like,
I still jam them. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah,
that's one I like was Untouchables. That was the last Korn album I really dig. Untouchable was dope.
Yeah, dude. Nah, I stopped at I don't even know. What's the one that Follow the Leader? Is that one of them? And then the one right after that, Issues was where I stopped. That's where I stopped listening.
I stopped after that.
There is some good songs on Issues, but after that, I kind of just, it's not necessarily like how you like subconsciously just give up on a band. You don't really, it's not really anything specific. You just like, you just move on in a different direction. Your tastes are different, and you just like, and it just so happens to be like with Metallica too. It's like after the Black Album, I didn't really pay attention, and Black Album wasn't really like my stopping point. I really just say the first four, and most people do, but it's just like it's these stopping points that happen, and it's almost like organized subconsciously, dude. Kind of weird.
I got into Metallica backwards. Like I heard Black Album and I was like, oh, this is all right. Cause I heard it when I was like a little kid.
Yeah. It's like me too.
I was like, oh, this is all right. this is cool, I guess. And then like someone was like, dude, no, listen to Injustice for All. And I listened to that and it was just like the riffs. And
I stumbled across that being a nosy kid in my grandparents' garage. My uncle's shit was in their garage. I was rummaging through fucking boxes, dude, and I found his CD collection, and it was a deep download of Pantera, Megadeth, Metallica, and Slayer, dude, just all stacked up in there. And There was a CD player in the garage, so I'd be in there for like, I don't even know why my grandparents never even checked on me, dude. They just knew I was in the garage. I could have been like fucking sawing shit in half, and I'm not like 11, 12 years old or some shit. But no, I'm down there listening to Metallica, Pantera, Slayer. Me and my brother are fucking shooting pool. We're like little fucking adults already, dude, just like meddling out. Yeah. I don't even know how we got here. Fuck, guys. Come on. Fucking pull the reins on me. All right, Zakk, sorry. Back to you again, dude.
Oh, man, it's all good. So for after the new metal kind of phase kind of petered out, I didn't really play for a while. I didn't play bass for a while. I started playing drums with a friend of mine. Shout out to my friend Corey. We played in a band for a long ass time. Just jammed. We jammed in a garage forever. Just playing like stoner rock, I would like to call it, like proggy, weird songs that are like way too long with not that many parts. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I did that for a while. And then our current singer, I've known him not as long as one of the other old members, but we'll talk about him in a little bit. But me and Mikey joined a deathcore band called Portrait of a Killer. And that's what kind of got me back into playing bass for metal anyways. Cause really I couldn't find I was playing drums solely at the time and I couldn't do the blast and the double bass stuff. So I was like, well, I'm not going to be playing in any Corpse, Cannibal Corpse bands or anything like that.
What's the type of shit that you're comfortable and you have fun playing on drums?
Just like 4/4 rock stuff. I'm actually like I haven't touched drums in years. Like the last time I did was a few days ago, like a homie jam. Mm-hmm. That'll be the last time for a while for sure. Like
it's so fun though, dude.
It's fun. It's so fun, but I'm so bad. Yeah, totally. But it is fun. I love drums. If I had a drum set, I'd still be playing it and sucking, but it's so fun. But so the Portrait of a Killer happened, and that was my first band where we started actually like playing shows and, doing all the actual band stuff, like the cool guy stuff, playing backyard shows and selling tickets to play fucking crappy shows. And
the selling tickets thing, dude, I never experienced that. But I hear so many people talk about the fucking selling tickets to play.
It was rampant out here, man. It was just a thing. It was like, if you wanted to play the whiskey,
I was about to say that.
You had to sell 400 tickets and then stand in front of everybody else's equipment.
And only sell like 5 of them. And only sell like 5 of them and just pay for the rest of them yourself. Ask your mom for money. Hey, mom, can you borrow something?
Yeah. I know, dude. It is like, it's sometimes worth it for a band that's up and coming and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed to just fucking pick up whatever you couldn't sell just to solidify your spot.
It's just taking advantage of young kids. That's all it really is.
It really is, dude.
That's all it really is.
And I'm fortunate enough to not have to have experienced that. But when I hear it every time, it makes my toes curl a little bit. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, really? Like,
it still happens now, man.
Yeah. All my To Violently Vomit earnings are still paying off all those pre-sale ticket losses I incurred.
That's death metal, boys.
Right?
That's death metal,
That's
boys.
death metal, man.
It's not too bad. It's all good. Yeah.
But we're not in it for all that. We just don't want to fucking have to really come out of pocket to do it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it. It's an art, and we all enjoy. We have a passion for it. It's like that's really the currency that we get back from it is, you know, whatever energy that we're trying to squeeze out of it as a creative, you know.
Mhm.
And it makes us feel it's like a therapy too, you know.
Mhm.
There's something in us, I don't know what it is. If we're not making
Yeah, well, I don't know what it is either, man.
you feel stagnant, dude. You do feel stagnant if you're not doing shit or making shit.
Yep.
So
So
you're jamming in the, so you're just doing solely drums at that time.
No. This is with Portrait of a Killer. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Doing drums, and then I joined Portrait of a Killer with my friend Mike. And I used to follow Mike and our friend Frank's band around because they had like a new metal kind of rock band that they played in. Mike is our singer, and at the time he was playing guitar in Portrait. So he's like, "Hey,
singer for Euphoric Defilement."
Yeah, Mike's the singer for Euphoric Defilement. He now does vocals for us, but he used to do guitars for Portrait, and they lost their bass player. Pretty much how every bass player gets their gig. One bass player quits. You know what I mean? Like it's just my whole life. But I joined that band. We start playing shows. Everything's cool. You know, first time I ever get my own band merch and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of cool. So pretty much, long story short, members start falling off. We just start replacing them with homies. You know.
Yeah.
We get a solid lineup going. Our drummer quits. We get a new drummer in, and that lineup goes for a long time. The band, that's actually when one of those iterations was when we opened up for Severed Savior on that tour.
Nice.
You guys.
I was there.
Yeah.
That was at the end of the tour, right? We
did
kinda 3 or 4 dates down there at the end, right?
It was like the first one, I think. It might have
we
been.
did one in Pomona with Disgorged. That was amazing. I didn't stick around for the whole set because my ride was leaving, but I got to see two Disgorged songs at Friar Tuck's in Pomona. It's this tiny.
Yeah, that's the one I was at.
Tiny little bar, dude. Severed Savior actually had people standing in front of them so people wouldn't step on their pedal boards because it's that fucking small and the pit was crazy.
Mike's pedal board was right there, dude, and that stage isn't big. So
there's no stage. It's literally a drummerizer, like in a corner.
Yeah, dude, and fucking Juan is front row, and he's one of those guys that's fucking singing along with me and shit. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy, dude. Like,
I just remember
dude knows my lyrics, dude.
I just remember like at every single show I went to, because I saw you guys in Vegas, and then like I went to every single South Cali show, and I just remember like at every single show, like just screaming inserted. And at the very last show, I remember you gave a shout out to me. This song was up to this motherfucker.
Yeah, because I knew you were gonna call it out, dude.
All this time, yeah.
Hell yeah. Nah, dude, I love it, dude. So that was, you guys opened up for us at those shows. You caught Disgorged. That's fucking sick with Ricky still on drums.
Yeah, with Ricky still on drums. Fucking amazing. Then that band eventually, again, just members leaving, and you know how that goes. Just so that band turned into a band called In the Form of Flesh with the same members, and we opened up for Euphoric Defilement and Sean Whitaker, right, Juan?
And I think it might have been Vehemence.
No, it was at Characters, remember?
Oh yeah.
When the stage was
Sean
against
Whitaker.
the brick wall. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and this band from
Whitaker,
and this other band from Scotland played. Yeah, and Iniquitous Savagery from Scotland. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they were on tour. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they were on tour together.
Is that when you met Juan, or you already knew Juan then?
No, that's when I met Juan that night, right?
Oh no shit.
Yeah, but yes, but according to you, like we met before, but I was fucked up and drunk and I couldn't remember.
That's right, because I had seen you guys. I was
at
getting
Grind the Blind.
I saw these guys at Grind the Blind.
Yeah, when we opened for Vehemence.
Wait, it's
that's
called
right. That's
Grind
the Vehemence show.
That's fucked up, dude.
Right? But they were opening for Putrid Pile and Vehemence. So that's where I got,
dude, that first record, real quick. I still have that in my 6 CD changer right now, dude. That first record, I forget what it's called. There's so much like deprecated like Cali Death Suffo influence in there before.
Very melodic though, huh?
I mean, it's still their later albums are sick too, but that first one, like you can hear that deprecated sound still with because the guitar player came from Deprecated. I forget his name. What is his name? Fuck, I can't remember. My time. Sorry, dude. If this gets back to you, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. But Deprecated sound was still in Vehemence at the time, and then it started to transition more into that more melodic. That style that once they signed to Metal Blade that they took and kept going with it. But dude, check out that first Vehemence album, no doubt. It's a fucking banger, dude. Sick, guys.
Well,
Okay, so you guys were playing. Oh, you didn't know if it was Vehemence or not? Is that
it was Vehemence?
Okay.
It was Vehemence and Future Pile. And we went, so it was like 5 local bands. I mean, we were the ones among the local bands, but like we had just gotten signed at the time. So we got to open before. So we got to go on before Future Pile. So it was us, Future Pile, and then Vehemence.
Hell yeah.
That was a sick ass show. But
I got it, by the way. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's John Chavez was in Deprecated and then in Vehemence.
Boom. Metal Archives coming through again, dude.
I already got it open, man.
I thought it was the other guy. I was thinking the other guitar player. I forgot his name.
I knew it was a simple name too, and I just couldn't fucking pull it out. But yeah, what up, John?
Yo.
But yeah, so that's where you guys kind of really met and connected.
I went and bought a demo and a shirt from them, and we kind of just talked a little bit, but it wasn't like, it wasn't anything crazy. We're just like, hi, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then it wasn't until we actually opened for them that we got to like hang out and, because we're getting all drunk together, talking about, this is sick. We're here with Sean Whitaker and all this kind of stuff,
I know, dude. Sean's sick, dude.
Dude, fucking amazing, dude. Riff machine, absolute riff machine. And one super nice guy too. I remember him coming up and just shaking everybody's hands all night, just like, oh man, just sick, best show.
Yeah,
best
a show or two with him, and I've seen him play too.
The particular show was one on that. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. I was just saying he's always the same dude. He's always fucking Sean.
It's funny because like on that particular show was when the idea of us recruiting Zakk came about.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's right, because Dan was there, huh?
Our friend Dan Osborne, the drummer from Inherit Disease, and he runs
Hell yeah,
Under Elite as well. Like he's a really close friend of mine. And like at the time, like us and our old bass player Tom Myers were not really in the same page anymore, but he was still doing the shows. Nicest dude. I have nothing bad to say about Tom. Nicest dude. He's the one on the album he's the one that played bass on our album. So like we're not really on the same page. So we were trying to and he knew, so it was cool. And like we're looking for like a new bass player to join. And I remember Dan Osborne coming in. He's like holding like 4 beers. He's like,
two beers in here and 2 beers in here.
And he's in the mosh pit too. He's in the mosh pit and they're playing.
Secretly moshing.
Yeah. And I'm in the form of flesh. Zakk's old band is playing. And like, I'm checking in them. I'm seeing what they're doing. They sounded amazing, by the way. And like, Dan just comes to me. He's like, Juan, I find you a bass player. I'm like, who? He's like, that guy. And that was Zakk.
Nice.
That's how like the whole idea of him being in Euphoric came about.
But the funny thing is, our guitar player Frank joined the band first before I did.
Oh, yeah.
He always wanted to have 2 guitar players.
You guys weren't shitting me on this incest stuff, dude. Fourth trade off, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Can you take it back a little bit? Because I listened to you guys' 2011 promo, Euphoric's promo, and I was like super fucking impressed by that. So like, I want to get a little bit of that earlier stuff in the story we're telling here, and then catch up to where we're at now.
Sure.
Okay, so Zakk.
No, that's you for the Euphoric promo. That's you.
Yeah, the 2011 promo. Yeah,
the 2011 promo. Okay, so that's pretty much that's how we got signed to a Unique Leader.
Mm-hmm.
We got signed up for our first demo promo, whatever. It's more of a demo because it's only 3 songs. So what happens is that like once we had a solid lineup already, like we decided to like get the ball going. Okay, dude, let's record something. Like let's record something and just put it out there.
Yeah.
So we did. At the time, it was our old singer, great dude, a good friend of mine. His name is Andrew Villarreal. He's the actual singer on the album as well. And my good friend Dennis, who used to play in Sick, now plays in a band called
Lithopedia?
Lithopedia, yeah.
Oh, I've played with them.
Yeah. He's our original bass player, actually.
They're out in New Mexico, right?
No, they're right here in LA. Actually, it's funny. He lives just down the street from me. I saw him earlier in the morning. He was walking his dogs. Yeah.
Either there's two bands or they were out in New Mexico and El Paso with us because that's where we played with them. Yeah.
Huh.
Might have been a different band with the same name though.
Perhaps.
That was a few years back. So
yeah. No, but yeah, there's a band called Lithopedia. It features members. It's from Stages of Decomposition, Profanación from Argentina, and ex-members of Stick. So anyways, we got a solid band going on, and we wrote some songs, and we decided we wanted to record a promo. More of a demo, if anything. But we called it a promo because it was cool to just call it Promo 2011. Everybody was just calling it a promo.
That was what it kind of did back then. Demo went away for a little bit. Call it a promo.
They're promo. Yeah. So we did. We recorded 3 songs, and we released them. That happened.
Heavy as fuck, dude. That EP, that promo is fucking heavy, dude.
Dude, and we recorded at a friend's garage.
Yeah.
Our good friend, his name is Will. He plays guitar for a power metal band called Avant Guardian. So, but back in the days, he used to have like a recording studio in his garage. So we went down there. We recorded the songs, no clicks, nothing, just raw, and we released it. And I sent it to a bunch of people, and those people sent it to a bunch of other people. And about a month later, I get an email from Eric Lindmark from fucking Unique Leader Records.
So Eric hit you guys up about it. So it just got spread. It naturally just got to him somehow.
Yeah. Well, what happened is that Dan Osborne, he was sending it to everybody he knew, and at the time, Inherited Disease was on Unique, so he sent it to him as well. And he sent everybody all our information and everything. So we got an email from Eric. He's like, I want to offer you a contract. And we read it briefly. Yeah, we're in. Unique Leader, dude. Yes, please. Take my music.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of we kind of like the last Unique Leader band to kind of hold down that Cali death sound, right?
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I haven't really listened to every single release after yours, but I mean, it's, they're signing different bands, and that probably started back near that time. And so it's like you guys were it's almost like a chapter was closed, but you guys got in right before the chapter closed,
Yeah, man.
But now it's like, I think that there's resurgences with Retromorphosis. Dude,
I just remember us being signed maybe about a year after Rings of Saturn got signed. And I was because when they got signed, we're whoa, they're going in a different direction.
Yeah.
And then he hits fucking Eric hits he sends us an email, and I'm oh, okay, I guess he's still down for the old school Cali sound, So yeah, dude, we signed the contract, and we went for it.
You got any stories with Eric? Did you ever meet him in person?
I wish. No, I never did. We spoke on the phone a few times. We exchanged emails, but that's about it. It was very professional, very, just very professional, nothing crazy. Okay. We were not homies or anything. Yeah. I wish we were.
Yeah, you guys can still call yourself homies because it's we're all, working on this together, But yeah, I guess you could say it's things still get down to business too when you run a record label. There's professionalism, but I mean, obviously you saw something in you guys to hit you guys up and actually.
Yeah, man, I was so fucking stoked and humbled to
dude.
I just remember going to Amoeba in Hollywood to buy CDs but when I really got into the fucking brutal death metal stuff. And the first album I bought that got me hooked was this Gorge, Consumed the Forsaken. And I remember just fucking flipping the album, says Unique Leader Records. I'm like, oh shit, sounds pretty good. And then like,
so that was your first UL purchase, was Consume the Forsaken?
Consume the Forsaken.
And that was just off the album cover, and
not necessarily.
You actually knew
what happened is that like at the time I was really into this gorge, but like from Mexico.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gorge, Mexico, and like all my friends were like, yeah, like fucking
always
this gorge, do this gorge, and like I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. So like I found it, like I wasn't even looking for it, I just found it. I'm like, oh shit, this gorge, US,
I wonder how many people bought a Disgorge Mexico CD thinking it was going to be.
They're sick too, I like it.
Oh yeah, they're sick too.
They are sick, definitely. But I mean, I'm a rep the.
It's not Cali Death, but it's sick.
It's not Cali Death, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And the Disgorge Mexico album covers, just I can't fuck with them, dude. That's just like
Parker Jr.
like real pictures of babies dead on the ground and shit. You're just like,
no, it's a baby. It's like a dead baby coming out of a dead corpse and shit. Like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like,
shit like that.
Come on, guys. Like,
go big or go home, man. I guess.
I never got those. Or like Waco Jesus. You guys ever heard of that?
I've heard of them. I cannot say I'm familiar with their music, but I know who they are.
So it was like one of those extreme bands to like. I mean, some of their songs were good, but really it was like, oh, you have Waco Jesus CDs and you open it up, dude. It's all fucking nasty ass porn. Like, people shitting on it themselves and on other people.
Good, bro.
Dude, like think about all right, we're going to sit down. We're going to figure out how we're going to do our album cover. We're going to do the layout. Like most guys are like, all right, dude, we want this fucking like dragon theme, blah, 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 blah. These guys are like, dude, I want a chick with like inch long nipples.
I've seen that album cover.
And then when you open it up, it's going to be all the worst, extreme porn shit that you've ever seen. It's like sick, dude. Yeah, we got our layout. What the fuck, dude? Come on, guys.
I bet you it was cheap at least.
Yeah, I know. They just had to fucking Google it. Rufus is in the background. All right.
So what was the recording of Ascending like?
Oh, dude, it was,
which is in my headphones right now, by the way. It's fucking.
Is it? Oh, nice.
Guys, listen to music while you're doing this.
I just started tonight. This is the first time I've done it. Yeah.
I noticed like on the Fallujah podcast, he was doing the same, right?
Yeah, that was Andrew. He was
Andrew. Yeah, I think he was doing the same. He was listening to music on his headphones. He said.
Yeah. And he had to like switch it for like the moods of what he was talking about too.
Yeah,
pretty wild.
I love that episode, by the way. Cool guy. I met him before.
Yeah, good dude. Andrew's fucking killer.
But yeah, the process of Ascending to the Worms, dude, it was interesting because like it was our first time recording like a full-length album, and we're trying to make it as professional as possible, as good sounding as possible, and it was gonna be our debut, like holy shit, we're gonna come out on Unique Leader, a dream come true pretty much. And we prepared ourselves for months, and like I wrote I programmed click tracks for every single fucking song, and at the time it was only me on guitar. So like I recorded both tracks. I actually did 4 tracks per side, which was I was not intending to do that, but like our producer Meryl Dan, she's like, you should do that. It's gonna be a lot fucking better, blah, blah, blah. So that's like his signature thing he claimed. I don't know if it's true or not. Sorry, Dan. He's a homie. He's cool as fuck. He's actually a comedian.
Nice.
But dude, like it was we booked okay, so we had a budget. We were pretty much on a budget. Unique Leader gave us a certain amount of money to record a full length in a certain amount of time. And we pulled it off quite well, I think. We went in with click tracks and everything. As soon as we started recording, turns out Gabriel doesn't like click tracks very much.
Go figure. Go fucking figure.
Go figure. Like he was getting lost. He was going too fast. I'm like, slow down a little bit, you know? So like we ended up doing like click tracks and certain parts of songs and then just punching in. I'm sorry, guys, for all the purists that believe that everything should be natural and all that bullshit, dude. Like, yeah.
Dude.
Some people may call it cheating, you know? Like,
dude, it don't.
But the people that have seen us live, they know we can pull it off a little faster, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, like it was a great fucking experience, man. Like I just remember being in there and like by the time it was finished, just listening to it coming out of the speakers and then just taking the CD or copy of the CD and put it in the car and just blast that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like fuck, you know, like it was amazing, dude.
That's a super common thing, dude. Get it in the car. Let's go listen to it in the car.
Yeah, dude. If it sounds good in the car, it's gonna sound good anywhere.
Yeah. If you listen to the Tim Young episode, dude, End Time Begins was put together that same way.
Oh my god,
you know,
End Time Begins.
So don't think that, you know, having to punch in on parts and shit is makes it, you know, brings it down a level. It's like, dude, you guys were
so pretty much
freezing art. You guys are freezing art in time at that time.
Yeah, so pretty much what we did, like we used parts of the clicks, and then when he couldn't, I don't want to say he couldn't do it because he could. I know he could, but like he's just a hardhead. Like he just wanted to like feel the riff. That's it. Damn man, I just want to feel the riff. I don't want to hear the click because I get lost. He's like, fucking, I just want to hear you. Like, well, all right, so like in some parts we did clicks, and then like when it was like he would get lost. He's like, all right, Juan, like right here, we're just gonna be like no click, just groove with me. And like I remember that it was like the drum room was like very little. He's so cramped up with his big fucking drum kit at the time. At the time, his drum kit was way bigger. Now it's like way smaller. But at the time, he had like 2 kicks, bunch of chinas, and like a bunch of bullshit going on.
Didn't he have like 3 toms too? He had like the whole like stupid, just like
yeah. He had like 3 fucking toms, 2 floor toms, 2 kicks. You know, like
8
that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So like. Yeah, we did that. In some parts, we use clicks. It's funny. We only use clicks on the fast parts. And on the slow parts, we just went natural. And we just punched sync because he was always going faster. he would just go way faster than the click, you know? Like,
yeah. But it gives the album more of a natural feel. That's what I like.
Yeah. And also like one thing we're very proud of, and one thing that he's actually very proud of, that there was no sound replacing, there was no quantizing, only the kicks were triggered and that's it. You know, like we're strong believers of natural sounding drum, you know?
Totally.
So I'd like to say something about like as a fan listening to that album, dude, because that album and Inherit Disease's Visceral Transcendence.
Oh my God.
Were 2 of my big Unique Leader purchases. You know what I mean? So listening to that album, I loved how tight the riffs and the drums were together.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed is like the drums. And that's why I liked it, because the drums and the riffs are so tight, but the vocals are just like all the fuck over the place, just like super guttural and sloppy, and in a good way though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it just that dichotomy of like the sloppiness and then the tightness, it just mixed together. And it's that album is still, I think I can say this because I didn't play on it. I had nothing to do with it. It's a great album still.
Thank you, man.
Like they really did kill it on that album. And
like it was like our first fucking full length, you know. Like to me, it was like I was just so stoked to be able to release an album, and this might sound totally like cliche and anything, but when it came out and I heard it for when I actually held my copy in my hands, I saw it, I was tearing up, bro. Fuck, and I turn around and say Unique Leader Record or something. Fuck, dude, dream come true.
Dude, it is. I mean, yeah.
Especially like fucking from being into bands like fucking Otis Mortem, you know, like fucking Sever Savior, This Gorge, Orgasm, Beats of Flesh, you know, like
Orgasm.
So this is actually a question I've been sitting on a little bit. I just wanted to know, like, when did you guys hear of California death metal, and like when did you stumble across that shit and realize that we are fucking sick, yo?
It shows at the showcase.
Oh yeah. just tours coming through. Yeah,
I lived at the showcase for so long. It's funny. I have one of my good friends, Ramon. He sings for a band called Pencil Lead Syringe, and they're from Riverside.
I remember that. I remember them.
Dude. Just saw him last weekend.
They've been around forever, and when we started being friends, he would tell me about all the shows he would go to at the showcase. We were like the opposite days. I would go see Unearth and Cattle Decapitation. Well, he was the next day seeing Devourment and who the fuck else, you know what I mean? Like, so I would always I missed like the super, super brutal stuff by like days. But I lived at the showcase, and I always thought there's something about the California scene. There's just something about the vibe out here. You know what I mean? Showcase is a good place to get that vibe at too, because it's one of those venues that it's got that energy, dude. Definitely. Playing that stage it's got its own but similar energy to like the Pound or Brick by Brick or some of these other places that were these like beacons for kids to get out to and be exposed to underground music and have it be a community and have it be, there's regulars. Hey, there's that guy. He was there. It's everybody starts just becoming this close knit thing. It's like, oh, dude, we're this crew now.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like, and my first exposure. I'm sorry.
No, I really was. I was just gonna keep on filibustering until somebody was cut me off, dude. So
yeah. Going back to your question, my first exposure to like Cali death metal, like in the flesh, was Bloodletting 5 at the Indie Factory in Hollywood. Vile, Inherit Disease, Beats of Flesh, and The Earth.
And Odious,
that was it to me, dude. That was
too.
Huh?
That was Odious was on that.
Odious, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you guys at the time.
Yeah, so, we were the opener on that tour, and then Inherit was they opened all the Cali dates. Yeah,
I have a question for Casey. Actually, he's been kind of quiet.
Go for it, dude.
Yeah. Sorry,
I heard a story during that tour that at some point you were about to go on and start playing. You had no cymbals on for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard this story too, and I don't remember that either. So,
you must have been having a great time then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know though. Like, I don't know what that was all about. I'm not sure what that story comes from, but yeah, I thought it was from the Santa Cruz show.
What a weird little tall tale
Sorry, Casey, had
circulating.
No, it's okay. I don't care. I think it's funny. No, totally.
It's all good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
No, like somebody told me, yeah, man, like I saw them, like I cannot remember at which show, but he's like, yeah, man, like they're about to go on, like, and he has no cymbals on, so they have to wait for him to put on his cymbals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it happened. I just don't remember like at all. It's super funny.
That sounds more like Troy.
Yeah, maybe it was Troy.
Love you, Troy.
I remember when we started Portrait and In the Form of Flesh, same band, different names. I remember when we started playing more in the LA scene, started playing with more bands like Euphoric and Condemned.
Condemned. Shout out to Condemned.
Dystrophic. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the band Dystrophic. They're
Dystrophic.
The
Sammer.
The singer Sammer, he's recorded a bunch of Unique Leader stuff. I believe he's done Visceral Transcendence. He did one of the Condemned albums, Realms, I think.
Realms, yeah.
Yeah, he did Realms. Like the LA scene alone, dude. Like once you start diving slowly into that, like I was actually used to be in a band with one of the guys from Dystrophic called Hideous Rebirth, and playing with those guys, I got to go up north in California, play all these sick ass LA shows, and
hell yeah.
Dude, Cali Death is just its own thing.
I know, dude.
It's crazy.
It's got these pockets, dude, and we all like embrace ourselves. Like Cali Death dates are always the best dates on the tours, because then once you leave California, then fucking real touring happens.
What I really love about the whole California death metal scene is that like you can go to a show and see your favorite bands play, and then get to hang out with them later and become friends with them.
Totally.
That happened to me so many times. And like, there's a band that, for example, there's a band you've been like fucking worshiping for years, and then you go see them play, and then like they're just hanging around at the bar, and you get to talk to them. They're just like any other people, And then like a few months later, you just had him on Facebook. You're like, hey, what's up, bitch? You know, like just like it's like anybody else, you know, like they're just homies, you know, like that's what I love about our scene here in Cali.
Yeah, man, it's pretty amazing. Like getting to like that show that you guys played, Joseph, at the in Anaheim.
Yeah,
at the Doll Hut. Like,
I was there.
Okay, yeah, let's watch To Violently Vomit and then just go hang out with them in the parking lot.
Yeah,
like, but it's like that's what's cool about it is like we're all dudes, but we're all in sick ass bands. All you guys are in such sick ass bands.
Dude, that show, dude, like I'm like super fanboying over To Violently Vomit / Disgorge. AG's in front of me.
What keeps it from getting to our heads is that we don't make any fucking money at it, dude. It's not like, you
know? But because you don't get into it for that. We're all into it.
Exactly. No. And you guys are like-minded people. So of course we're going to hang out and have a beer afterwards. Why not?
Yeah, dude. Yep. I just remember also on the Sever Savory tour when you guys came down to Cali and stuff, like I was hanging out with you. I was hanging out with Murray, you know, with Mike.
Shout out.
You know, Troy, like, and your other...
Jersey.
Murdog right there. Dude. But yeah, dude, I just remember like being super stoked to see you guys, and like I got to see you guys for a whole week straight, pretty much.
Yeah, dude.
You know? And like the very last show, you guys played literally a block away from my house. I walked there.
Wow.
This place called Spikes in Rosemead. I was like, it's my mom's house, but I used to live at home back then. But yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. I just remember like. Also, like I remember that one show when Portrait of a Killer. Well, you guys opened for a couple of shows, right? Is that?
Say what now? Yeah, we did the Baldwin Park show, and we did that Friar Tuck show in Pomona.
Which one was the one at the Moose Lodge?
I don't think I did that one.
You did? No?
Maybe that was the one in Baldwin Park.
That was when the promoters got his fucking tire slashed. I know.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, dude.
No comment.
It was a fucking Dodge Durango, dude. I remember it was and I don't know what it was for.
I know what it was for.
We don't want to get into that, but yeah, we know what it was for.
Some promoters are pretty shady, guys.
Yeah,
dude.
That's another thing you're gonna realize if you get out there on the road.
I just remember there was a bunch of opening.
It was a sick show, though. It was a sick show. It was a little.
There was a promoter. There was a promoter that we had that literally bounced on us one time, dude. Where we just finished the show without him even being there.
That's the worst.
And left with not paying any of us and shit. And somehow we got a hold of him, and he ended up showing back up with his mom, and his mom wrote us a check, dude.
At least you got paid.
But it's like, and then we're like, we don't even know if this shit's gonna fucking clear or anything. But like, I guess they drove all the way down here. Like,
fuck, dude.
I mean, yeah, you lose your ass as a promoter. But I mean, you had us come through, dude. You gotta keep up with your end of the bargain here.
No, it was a sick show, dude. Like, there was a lot, and there was a lot. Wasn't there a few unique leader bands on there? I think Inanimate Existence played.
Yeah.
Genecost was on that one. Well, they were on the tour, weren't they?
Yeah, they were the opener.
Genecost, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a sick ass tour.
Bloodcry played too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, see,
like worked for them.
There were some really cool openers too that I'm not going to be able to remember any names, but there was a lot. Since there's only a 3-band package, like it's pretty common to have a local opener, and there's actually quite a few that I was like, I'm actually stoked to take your demo from you right now.
It was a sick ass show, dude. And I remember
I actually have one right over there right now.
That particular show, that one show at the Moose Lodge, I just remember fucking Murray kept buying me drinks all night.
Murray, he's full of love, dude. That's what dude, he likes to party. He likes to kick it, dude.
Yeah,
he wants people to kick it with him. If he's got to buy you a drink to keep you there, he's gonna.
Shout out to Murdog. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah.
That's so sick.
Go for it, Joseph.
I was just gonna move it forward and ask. So, did Euphoric do any like touring to support Ascending?
No, okay. Unfortunately, we haven't done any touring at all.
Okay.
For personal reasons and work, families, and stuff like that. But like,
it's hard,
I always say whenever people ask us that question, we always say we're more of a festival man. We like to play festivals.
Yeah.
Rather than touring, like, don't get me wrong. Like, we'll probably do some touring soon. Who knows? We just haven't gotten the opportunity to do so.
Totally.
Yeah, no, the festival circuit is sick. As long as, speaking of, dude, that New Standard Elite Fest is like the craziest lineup I've ever seen.
What the
Dude.
fuck, man?
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Severe torture,
insane.
nerve disease, orgasm,
internal suffering. Oh my god.
Yeah, different
What?
Yeah,
Torture, bro.
defeated sanity. It's
Bro,
gonna be
yeah,
like the
dude.
best. Yeah, dude, we're all going to Las Vegas. All you guys are coming.
When is
Oh,
that?
I'm
It's
going.
like it's
October.
next October. Yeah,
Next October?
Yeah.
2022.
It's my birthday, dude. We're going, dude.
Here, let me
That's
pull
my
the
birthday
flyer.
month, dude.
Yeah, I'll find you the flyer.
So I saw you on your birthday month last October.
Yeah, dude.
Sick, dude.
It was a little
I
bit.
didn't recognize you, man.
Yeah.
You're like all suited up, like all with like a button up, and
Yeah,
like
I was looking-
I just walked in by, you're like, "Hey, Juan." I'm like, "Oh shit, Anthony. What's
Yeah,
up,
dude.
man?"
I was looking all dapper, looking fly with my wife, dude. We were at a different show on the strip. It was like some circus sideshow type shit called Absinthe. And you know, when we go out to Vegas, dude, I like to fucking dress up nice and look good and fucking
Of course, man.
just feel that and I just got the opportunity that we crossed paths at that time. Like that trip that I had was totally not even planned around the festival. And then I told Joseph, and he's like, dude, I'm going to be in Vegas at that same time. And it was literally like up until that day if I was going to do it, because we had so many things planned. You know, I was out there with family. We had dinners, we had shows and comedy shows and fucking doing this and this and that. And I was like, how am I going to fit this in? And finally, I was just like, fuck it, dude. As soon as we got done with that show, I said peace to everybody I was with. I took my wife. We hopped in a cab, fucking headed over to the venue. I forget what it was called.
It was the Fremont.
The Fremont.
Club.
Yeah, down on fucking in Old Vegas, dude. And and got dropped off. Fucking shout out to Chris Beatty. Fucking helped me fucking sneak in the back, dude. We're all looking totally sneaking into a death metal show. Like my wife's in a fucking beautiful fucking dress. I'm all fucking just looking totally out of place, dude. And even the security guy was like, "Wait,
It's
you don't
funny.
look like the rest of the people I've been seeing, dude."
Anthony, it's
I was
funny.
just like,
You work here?
I posted a photo. on Instagram of you, me, and your wife. And I'm like fucking I'm chilling with Anthony from fucking Artist Mortem. And then Jesse from Incinerate, he's like, "Oh, so that's who that was." I didn't recognize you. I'm a Jesse from fucking Incinerate.
Totally, dude. And shout out to Jesse too. He's on the last episode.
He's a homie, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I know. I'm out of place, but dude, I didn't stop me to go see fucking To Violently Vomit, dude. I'm gonna show up fucking looking like that, and I'm gonna be side stage staring at Joseph the whole time, and then Diego gets in the way, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta stare at the fucking Riff Wizard for a while. And then,
by the way, Joseph, I've been wanting to tell you, like you're doing a great job on the drums for To Violently Vomit, man. On point, like great.
It's funny.
That's
we had
so good.
Yeah, we had a rehearsal earlier that day at I think it's Andrew from Cerebral Incubations
He's a homie.
spot. And I think I played better in the rehearsal in the morning than I did at
you guys
the
fucking
night
killed it
show.
on the show, dude.
You guys sound
You
great.
fucking totally fucking killed it.
I was definitely like not feeling as good, but that can be a misleading idea to trust your feelings. But we got some really good footage, so I'm very happy that we played that show. Obviously,
Yeah, dude, and I was super fortunate to be fucking right there on the side stage, dude. I was fucking rocking out the whole time, dude.
Yeah,
literally. I had so much fun that night.
I know.
Was like, it's so perfect. I showed up like 5 minutes before they went on, dude.
Well, it's funny because Troy was teching for me, and then Anthony shows up, and I'm just like, "Hey, it's like half a Severed Saviors right here on stage with us, dude." And then I forgot you were there until I finished. I'm like, "Oh yeah, Anthony's here. What the fuck?"
I tried to say, I didn't want to distract anybody, but at the same time, I had a fucking blast, dude.
No, but thanks, guys.
So much fun.
I hope that Euphoric, and I said it before, you guys killed on your set, and I hope we get to play some shows again soon, man, in the future. Yeah, that would be really rad. I'm hoping to set some stuff up for TVV in 2022, so I'll keep you guys in the loop about that.
Do it.
Sure,
Yeah.
man. We're down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always.
So where do we go from here, boys?
So you guys did the live album, I guess. Is that the next thing, or does that count as a?
No, that wasn't an accident.
That was an accident.
Okay, that's just an accident.
They actually recorded it one night, and you took the recording.
Yeah, pretty much. We played in Stockton, up north.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, we played in Stockton, and like we showed up. We played with our homegirls were on tour at the time. They're in a band called Harlequin.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing.
they're really good.
Cool gals, you know,
Really, really
and they were on tour, and like we were invited to go over and play. So we're like, yeah, why not? So we did, and like turns out that the sound guy, he's like, hey guys, I'm recording everybody, you know, do you guys mind? I'm like, yeah, go for it, dude. But I was like, but you have to mic us up, everything. He's like, even the caps, yeah. If you're gonna record us, mic everything up. And he did, and he sent it to us maybe like about a year later, almost. Is that?
I can't remember, to be honest, dude. But
And then like we just put it up on Bandcamp, like as a live album, like.
it had our singer after the main singer, our buddy Abraham. We call him Ham. Gorham, to monster vocalist, dude. Like,
he reminds me a lot of Dusty too. His vocal
nice.
style.
he's got that like Severed Savior style, but he knows how to do the guttural stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
Nice.
you know.
Yeah,
so
I
that-
mean,
just
be
in case
able to
anyone
do the power growls and the gutturals. I could do the gutturals, but I can't do them as good as some of these other guys, dude. I can't match
noticed-
that shit, dude.
I noticed like when I saw you guys like on tour on Fecophiliac,
Yeah.
you were doing the gutturals, which
When
you
I
did
got-
not do in the album, but live, there's a part on the song where there's gutturals like drawing your faces down your throat, using your skull as my humor and all whatever. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Probably because I'm
okay,
too
we did that
embarrassed.
live, yeah.
Maybe probably because I'm too
I
embarrassed.
know all the lyrics,
to
dude.
those words. Probably is that, dude. I probably threw the gutturals in there because I was too embarrassed to say
Like,
those.
I'm not
words,
saying
dude.
this.
No, but and actually, even like my throat's warmed up from, you know, at the end of the tour, dude. There's a lot more things I can do with my voice, you know, if I'm fucking hitting it hard every single night. I'm trying to knock the dust off now. I'm growling to and from work for the past like couple weeks, dude, and just like after the first week, I'm finally starting to feel the control again. I'm like, okay, dude, I can do this again. I've been talking on a mic for so fucking long now, but I haven't been growling into a mic. So now with Odious coming up and other things that are starting to fucking boil up, I'm like, I got to actually start doing this shit again and actually say that I am a vocalist that can do it. You know, I'm not just a guy that's talking about, I used to do it.
For sure. Yeah,
Okay.
we don't want to be those like washed up podcaster metal guys who aren't doing shit anymore.
I'll be back.
Go
I
for
think
it, Juan.
all of us have gotten more active in music. All the hosts of this episode, this
About
podcast,
the
since
show
we
for sure,
started.
dude.
Yeah,
I think it's this underlining inspiration for us and other people, dude. Like how many there's been a handful of guys that I can remember that right now have been telling us like this show has made them pick up their instrument again or learn something new or get back into writing music again. And it's just like, yeah, dude, that's all I want from this, dude. Let's stir the pot, dude. Maybe it's been fucking, it hasn't been sitting stagnant, but I'm just saying like with some of us that have been in the game for a while, like let's get the Beehive fucking,
yeah.
you know,
I've
moving.
had people like message me. It's maybe an average of like once every 2 or 3 days now, just saying like, hey, I'm a fan of the podcast and I checked out your drumming videos and I'm a fan. And I'm just like, wow, this is like the first time I've actually had like fans. And I'm just like, that feels so good to hear, man. Thank you so much.
Dude.
So
it is
yeah,
cool. And with the conversations that it's starting and the connections that it's making, it's just like, dude, to think that we would have never been able to call any of that when we first started this, dude. You, me, and Casey, like, and it was just you and Casey, you know, and
yeah,
that night I'm looking at the chair, I'm looking at the table right now where I was fucking sitting and talking to you guys right now, and I'm just like, yeah, that one conversation right there just like hit the light bulb for all of us, dude. Like maybe we should keep going. And now here we are over a year later talking to some homies. Zakk is a new homie, and fucking dude, it's just like super cool that this is it's just lighting a fire under people that have just been sitting for a little bit. and fucking including me, you know, and I'm happy about that. I'm like the excitement of like, oh dude, I got shit to do again. You know,
feel good, right?
Yeah. And it's not just one thing, it's maybe a couple of things, you know, and it's just like, fuck yeah, dude.
Nice.
Now I gotta really fucking do it. And that's why I'm growling in the car, dude.
So
place.
So Zakk, you play in a couple other bands these days as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Which ones?
I'm also in a band called The Pulsed from Vegas. They're actually going to be on that NSC Fest. They're signed to NSC.
Hell yeah.
Did a couple of tours with them from 2019 just up until before COVID.
Shout out Clayton.
Oh yeah, shout out to Clayton. Shout out to all those guys. Fucking assholes.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, fuck those guys. I love those guys to death, but yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah.
And I'm in a band called The Nominate with our old guitar player Frank, who's been a friend of mine since like just out of high school.
Portrait of a Killer.
Yeah, that's when that started. But yeah, just those are my three bands. The Nominate's more like a techie. I don't know. You describe it, Juan. How does it sound? I hate describing my own band.
To me, and Nominate, they're so fucking great, man. To me, they sound like a mixture between Severe Torture and Decapitated.
Nice.
That's like, I have, you know, like, to me, that's what it sounds like. And like our friend Saul, aka Sapo, he's like this, one of the guitar players in the band. He's an amazing guy too. You know, he's a fucking sick. He's our barber too. He cuts my hair every weekend.
Shout out to Sapo.
Shout out to Sapo.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are my bands. Juan's actually in another band too.
Oh yeah. Well, I've never been much of a like a band whore-ish kind of guy, but like recently, like during COVID, you know, like I finished writing the Euphoric album, and after that, I was like, okay, now what? So like I have a friend. His name's Joaquin. He used to play in a band back in days called Obsta. They were like a melodic death metal band. So he plays drums. Amazing drummer, amazing fucking drummer. And like, we always like, every time we'll see each other, like for years and years and years, we always like joked around about starting a black metal band. And like during COVID, like I started writing songs, and then like a memory came about on Facebook about me and Joaquin like talking about starting a black metal band. And I was like, I'm gonna hit him up. So I did, you know, I went on the keyboard. Like, what's up, dude? I got this. Are you down to jam? He's like, yeah, dude. So like the next weekend, I went over to his house in Ontario, and like we wrote a song. And then the following weekend, I went over again, and we wrote another song, and then another song, and then another song, and then like I got my good buddy involved. His name is Andrew Melendez. Shout out to Andrew, and he joined us as our vocalist, and we started the band. And then we needed a second guitar player, and I recruited Euphoric singer Mikey on guitar. So that's pretty much what became my
incest continues.
The incest continues. That's pretty much what became my side project. Finally, I get to play in a black metal band. I've always wanted to have a black metal band.
What is it called?
Nox Profunda.
Nox Profunda.
Yeah.
I've always been teasing him because all of us in Euphoric, we're all band whores. We even have currently we have one of Inherit Disease's guitar players, Derek.
Oh yeah. Derek DeRuse from Inherit Disease. One of my favorite guitar players happens to be in our band.
Dude, when he told me he wanted to join us, I was like, wait, the guy on Visceral Transcendence?
Yeah, he's the one that wrote Visceral Transcendence. What's the journey for it?
Fucking brutal technical death metal albums or whatever. Like,
sick, dude.
Nicest guy too, man.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much how like my new side project came about. And like
we're all in bands, and we always talk shit on Juan. We're like, dude, start another band, bro. Like,
I never wanted to do that.
No, I don't want to. And we're like, nah, dude, like it's fun.
No, because like the thing for me was like my main focus has always been like Euphoric, you know, that's my baby, you know, like so like I was never really, because dude, like I work, you know, like I'm a busy as you. I work a lot, you know, like so fucking but during pandemic, I was working, and like, oh, maybe if I stop partying so much, I can squeeze in an extra band, you know, like,
yeah.
So I did it, man. Like like I said, like I'm a huge black metal fan. I love black metal. Yeah, it's silly. It's funny. I don't care what it is. I fucking love it. I don't care.
Me and you have had black metal conversations. You know, I respect a lot of the early Norwegian scene, dude, and everything that it's turned into. I know you're a huge Ulver fan.
I love Ulver.
And I love every incarnation of Ulver, you know. So
even the new stuff, dude, is so good.
Yeah, totally, dude.
It's like a Thor to the pitch mode, you know, like very fucking groovy, very relaxed, you know. Like,
I actually, a lot of bands that progress and move and go into different things. Like recently, I just listened to Genghis Tron, which is a relapse band. They were back in the day. They were just like this weird synth cyber grind band, you know, with like, you know, somewhat of like the hardcore influence too. And then all of a sudden, they got just like this. They come back. Their whole album's just like this crazy synth prog sounding.
Yeah, dude.
No extreme vocals whatsoever. Like almost like, you know, clean Between the Buried and Me vocals mixed with like Maynard from Tool a little bit, but it's just like I fucking love it. But it's like they totally abandoned their previous sound, which is just like a band like Ulver, who constantly abandons their early sound to try and be new, you know.
Yeah, I'm just a huge fucking Ulver fan, dude. Like I love everything they've done. I love their black metal stuff, their folk stuff. They're fucking everything they do is always great.
The like one album that truly like put its hooks in me was Shadows of the Sun.
That album,
is an album to sit and lay in the dark and play from front to back, and you'll be taken on an emotional whirlwind of a ride, dude.
Mine. Go ahead.
Go for no. I didn't have much more to say. What's yours?
Assassination of Julius Caesar.
Yeah, so that's one of the within the last 10 years, but yeah, that's a synth pop.
Yeah.
Dark,
and even their last
synth
album, Flowers of Evil, it's fucking amazing, dude. Fucking Garm always puts it down with his fucking songwriting, you know, like.
And dude, all their soundtracks that they've done, like they're such a prolific group.
Lycanthrope, fucking Perdition City, you know, all that.
Perdition City was one where I was like, whoa. They totally took a turn right here, dude.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's
not in Kansas anymore, you know, like pretty much.
Totally, dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. But going back to like the Knox, my side project, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, like I was never into like being in more than one band. You know, it just happened, and we're hopefully trying to record like an EP soon and maybe play a show or two here and there, you know. It's just fun, you know, like, and it was Zakk's idea. He's like, Juan, you should be in more than one band, dude. Like, it's fun.
I'm telling him, I'm like, dude, because he would come to practice with all these like black metal riffs. And I'm not too, no, you know, just in between in between jamming, you know, we're all jamming on stupid shit. I'm usually trying to play corn riffs still. Like, he would always come with this, and I'm not really that big of a black metal like aficionado or anything, but he's coming with all these like badass chords and like all this melodic stuff. I'm like, dude, do something with that stuff, man. Like, why not? Like,
I incorporate a lot of that stuff into the new Euphoric stuff. It's still Euphoric. Don't get me wrong.
Track that you sent me, there's just there's a little sprinkle in there. You just
I sent him some vibes.
Nice. Seasoning it.
Yeah.
It's just a taste. It's just a little.
And it's funny. I didn't write that black metal-ish riff. I did not write it. Our old guitar player wrote it. Yeah, he came out with that riff, and then I added like a little sprinkle on top of it.
Yeah,
but that's not my riff. That's his riff, and like I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put this right here, fixed perfectly. You know, like go. For everybody that's wondering what it is, wait for it. It's coming pretty soon, actually. Yeah. But
yeah. Wasn't there some fan questions? Wasn't there fan questions?
There were a few.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask.
No. Go ahead, Joseph.
I got him. Oh, well, just real quick. So you have another Euphoric album written, and is it?
It's completely written.
Yeah.
We just have to record it and release it.
Dude, that makes me so happy to hear, because I like just got into you guys, and it's funny. I'm like, oh, this is like Inherit Disease mixed with Disgorge. Like, This is so fucking perfect.
Fucking
Dude.
thank you. Fucking thank you. You don't know
Dude,
how
like, okay,
happy
so
I
when
am
it comes
to say that, dude, that
when it comes to that, like, so like I always want to incorporate.
Yeah, I know it's dangerous to say that this band is like just these other two bands. It's not like
No,
it's like,
but no,
it's like reductionist.
dude,
but
to me
like,
that's a compliment.
okay.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
a huge compliment. It's a huge
That's a
compliment.
huge compliment. But to me, it's like I'm a huge fan of Mike Gilbert from Silver Savior. I'm a huge fan of Diego Sanchez.
Mhm.
And I'm a huge fan of Derek DeRuse, who's in our band. Imagine having one of your favorite guitar players in your band.
And
How cool is that?
he's a super nice guy. Imagine all those things happening, like the planets aligning.
So fucking Mike Gilbert from Silver Savior, Diego Sanchez from Disgorge, and Derek DeRuse from fucking Inherit Disease. He's in
we get
our
we get
band.
Derek. Let's try to get Derek on here someday. That'd be rad.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But like what I always try to do, like when it comes to that, to like fucking influence myself when it comes to my songwriting and stuff, like, is just grab every single aspect of each one of my fucking favorite guitar players and try to like blend it together.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So like I would say that like the brutality of Euphoric comes from this Disgorge, straight up, you know? The all the melodic stuff comes from Silver Savior, for sure. Mike Gilbert. I love that guy, dude. Dude, he's probably, I annoy the fuck out of him. I'm pretty sure I'm always asking him questions. Dude, he taught me the Jedi grind, dude.
That's what's up.
Fucking Mike Gilbert taught me how to do the fucking Jedi grind. Fucking Zakk knows
That's
that shit.
it, dude. See, it's a mythical thing, dude. Other people know
It's
it.
all in the wrist,
Jedi
brother.
grind, dude.
Yeah, dude. Dude, like he just explained it to me once and I practiced it, and like Zakk knows. Like, dude, you know, like it's all in the wrist, bro.
Dude. I've said it.
Why the riffs and the drums go fucking so. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup, dude.
Well, if you pay attention to, if you listen to that episode and you know the history of Mike and Troy, they've been doing it since they were 15, you know, together in high school. And actually, if you guys heard their high school band, it's called Where. You guys would freak out because none of our high school bands sounded like this, dude.
Oh no, dude.
These guys were light years ahead of us, dude. And
I just remember.
They'll never tell you that it was good, because that's just how Mike and Troy are. They always will just never, they'll be like, thanks, but yeah, whatever, it's Where. But dude, I fucking love that shit. And then you end up, dude, Mike Gilbert and Troy, like that duo right there has come up with some of the best, and that's me speaking as a fan before I was in the band, dude. That's just what you just said, the peanut butter chocolate mixture, whatever you were just trying to do.
Right. Yeah.
Like it's the same exact thing, dude.
Yeah, dude, like I said, like to answer Joseph's question, like pretty much like I just grabbed Mike Gilbert, I grabbed Diego Sanchez and Derek DeRuse and threw them in a blender. And that's pretty much the Euphoric sound. And I'm not scared to fucking admit it, you know, like call me a ripoff, whatever you want to say, but you know, like
I don't hear any too much ripoffs. I actually, you know, refreshing myself with the album today, like there's stuff in there that stands out as, you know, just kind of straight up euphoric sound, you know.
Well, until we get a new Disgorge album, it's like might as well continue the tradition of writing Diego style riffs, right? I mean, you know, that's the only way you're gonna get them. So,
and they're in there, but I'm saying there is some other, like there's some grooves in there that actually don't really link to another one of those bands to me when I'm hearing.
I'm looking forward to hearing if it gets a little more of that melodic, proggy, newer Severed Savior style.
Dude, it's in there for sure. Like
weird stuff.
Like I said, like when it comes to like the brutality of the new sound, and like I don't really want to call it a new sound because it's still euphoric, I think.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I think. It still sounds like us, but like we're really emphasizing on the brutality part, you know, like the melodic part and the techie part. And like once you like blend all those, like it becomes a whole different thing, you know, like at least that's what I would like to think, you know, because like I listen to the stuff that we have written lately for the new album, and then I go back to Ascending, and I'm like, this is like different level. It's very hard to play, but it's so fun, dude.
Good, dude. That's how you should feel. You should feel like, as an artist, you're in your own opinion, you know, past what you did before, you know?
Yeah, totally, man.
So you want to hear these fan questions? We got just a couple. All right. So one, someone asks, please ask Juan why his eyes are so mesmerizing.
They are, dude. They are, dude. I noticed it recently. I noticed it at that Vegas Metal Fest. Like looking into his eyes, I'm like, yo, he's got a very unique colored eye, dude.
Oh man, starting my fucking life. No, that's actually like an inside joke between some. I know who asked that question. That was probably Smooth.
It was Smooth.
Our friend Smooth, he plays in a band called Stages of Decomposition.
Oh, that's Smooth. I didn't recognize
and Lithopedia. He's also the drummer for Lithopedia.
I'm following him back.
There is truth to that because you got like a brownish green combination going on, dude.
Yeah, it looks like fucking. It looks like an IPA.
Dreamy, bro.
A hazy IPA.
IPA.
What color are your eyes? Hazy IPA, dude.
I don't know, man. I was born with blue eyes, then they turn bright green, and then they just turn yellow for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Trip.
Okay. Legit question from Cameron. Shout out Cameron Mills. He says, "Ascending to the Worms is one of my favorite BDM releases of all time."
Damn.
Actually, there's two questions, and only one of them serious. But first question to Juan: what was meeting Max McMullen in real life like?
Max McMullen, dude.
Shout out to Max.
Shout
out to Max, dude. He's like our good friend from Seattle. You know, he's been a fucking huge supporter, huge friend. You know, nicest dude. I met him for the first time in Vegas, actually.
Yeah, I met him there too. Yeah,
this past October, dude. He's the sweetest guy ever, man. Like
he's a great dude.
He's a legend, man.
Nice.
Pretty much. That's all I got to say.
So this is a question to everyone on the pod. What's everyone's album of the year?
Ooh.
Of the year? Of this year?
Yeah.
Yep. 2021. I'll go first, and I'll say it's actually Joel's. Me and him tie with Alluvial Sarcoma, dude. That's the album that I end up keep going back to throughout this whole entire year. It's just a fucking banger from front to back. Wes's riffing just catches me right in the taint, dude. And Kev's vocals are brutal,
right in the taint.
You know. And yeah, dude. Overall, Sarcoma's got my vote for this year.
Nice.
Desolate, Ophidian Eye.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was a close second for me, dude. I was thinking actually between those two, like the albums that I've listened to the most that came out this year, and it's those two.
To me, it's not necessarily an album, but Stabbing's demo from Texas. Stabbing.
Yeah, I got that.
Fucking
that's dope, dude.
Killer shit, dude.
Yep.
Fucking amazing, brutal, old school Texas death metal right there, bro.
I met both the girls. I don't know if I met their boyfriends. They're both It's two couples, right?
Yeah, it's two couples in the band. Yeah, it's.
So I don't know why I didn't meet the dudes, but
it's Meryl on bass, which is Renee's wife. They got married in Vegas, actually. Shout out to Renee and Meryl. And it's actually Bridget and Marv. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marv plays guitar and Bridget does vocals. Shout out to Stabbing.
That demo is a sick slab of fucking TXDM, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I just got my EP the other day. It's so good. It's so good. Dude. It's so good. I cannot think of an album of the year for me because I've just been listening to so much crap.
Dude, I listen to a bunch of fucking weird shit, bro.
I mean, like I mostly listen to like a lot of death metal, but I mean, I just can't narrow anything down off the top of my head. There's so much good stuff right now.
I'm gonna have to double Casey on Desolate, and that checks out with my Spotify Wrapped. That was the top besides Discord, but that's just because I'm listening to those songs to learn the set. But yeah, Desolate's on the Spotify Wrapped up there for me. That album is just so sick, and I'm so glad we met those dudes and got to meet, especially John, because he's in California. Shout out John, super cool guys.
I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna say that the best album of 2021 is Suffocation's Pierced from Within from 1995.
Right? Yeah, let's go with that.
Did you check out the new Cynic yet? That came out last week.
I checked out a snippet of it. Like I was at work, but
I can't do.
I was using the fucking bolt quarter again, apparently. So that's.
I want to sit down and really give it its time, you know. Because Cynic's one of those bands for me that I always have mad respect for those guys, dude. And so I always make sure that I really give it its full focus if I'm going to listen to it. So I have not yet.
Yeah, it's good. I was actually like kind of impressed. Like I guess I wasn't really expecting much from it, but it actually like blew me away. I think it's
Nice.
It's I think it's as good as, well, that's strong. I think it's up there in the upper echelon of focus, chase, and air. I think
Okay.
it could
All right.
maintain. It's fucking good. So I'm really stoked on that. We should do another recap on the last episode of the year where we fucking do our homework and come up with all the other 2021 albums that are,
Yeah.
because I want to talk about a bunch more, but I can't think of
Totally.
them.
Many good
That would
albums
be a
this
fun
year.
episode. No doubt.
There's one more question, was just, I think we can end on this. It's pretty easy. It's just well, actually, favorite. Actually, okay. So he asked favorite.
Who is it?
Jojo Allen says,
Oh,
favorite-
Joseph.
Oh yeah, Joseph. Shout out to
That's
Bloodsport.
right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what up?
He asks favorite heavy metal band, thrash metal band, death metal band, black metal band, and any other genres they
He
want to
just said it was easier. He said it was easier.
Okay, so what is heavy metal?
Heavy metal is Manowar, dude.
Manowar. Oh, that's like,
Actually,
does Motorhead count?
Yeah.
I would say that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Motorhead for me when it comes to heavy metal. So
All right,
what's
thrash
next?
metal,
Sepultura.
death
You know what I
metal.
mean? Sepultura.
Okay,
Yeah,
death metal and black metal.
Death metal. Very death metal band. Sever Savior.
Boom.
Nice.
Yeah. Black metal.
Yeah.
Vatane.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
they're touring with Mayhem next year here.
I
right?
know. I'm going to the both San Francisco and LA dates.
Nice.
Oh
We're
shit.
gonna go on a road trip with the homies over the weekend.
Frisco's right down the street from you, dude. Maybe I'll be going with you.
Let's fucking go, dude. Like, it's a Monday. So, like, me, my buddy Andrew, and a few of our other homies are gonna go. We're gonna be in San Francisco for like the whole weekend. Then go to the show on Monday. Then come back to LA on Tuesday, and then go to the show here in LA at night.
Maybe I'll just come and kick it on the weekend and not go to that Monday.
Dude, that'd be sick.
It'll work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Zakk? Heavy metal, thrash metal, death metal, black metal.
Heavy metal. I don't know, man. Thrash metal is easy. That's Slayer, probably. Like when I was young, they're one of those bands where it was like, ooh, they're all bloody and guy has spikes on his arms and shit. They're playing super fast, you know. God, heavy metal. Probably Judas Priest.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Because I remember hearing Breaking the Law when I was a little kid, and I was like, oh hey, you know, that drum beat, it's kind of like the proto like metal beat, you know what I mean? Like the proto like death metal beat. So what was the other one? Death metal?
Death and black metal.
Black metal is kind of easy. I'm not really that into black metal. So like maybe Cradle of Filth, I guess. I don't know any. I know all the black metal purists will like, you know, burn me at the stake or whatever.
Yeah, fuck that. Label black metal, dude. They fall in the category.
The first few albums of them are pretty awesome, I thought, when I was a kid.
Yeah, totally.
Death metal, I'm gonna go Cannibal Corpse or Cryptopsy, just because they were the ones that like got me started on this whole thing.
Hell yeah.
You know, like I literally hold them both up equally as like, oh shit, you know, like I still listen and then you'll beg and it just blows me away.
Nice.
And I know like a lot of people are like, oh, Lord Worm, and Lord Worm was great, dude. He was amazing.
I've seen Cryptopsy with Lord Worm, by the way, when he came back, like back in the early mid-2000s.
Yeah.
I saw them at the Key Club in Hollywood.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was a pound show, and it was fucking amazing, dude.
Dude, he's amazing. But like I think because I got into them in the DeSalvo era, it's just that it just hits me so hard, dude. Like,
yeah, no, I mean,
those two albums he did just bashed me over.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Mike DeSalvo is a much better vocalist to me than Lord Worm. But
yeah,
what Lord Worm does is like something so original, and I love super original vocals.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to necessarily be the best, but like something that I've never heard before, you know.
Blasphemy Made Flesh has some of the like just nuts shit going on, dude. Like you still you listen to that and you're just like, the fuck, bro? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? What are you doing?
Yeah, and I love that shit. And I love
amazing.
like Rainier Landferman from fucking Bethlehem and Pavor. Like hearing his album with Bethlehem, it's vocals that you're never ever going to hear from
I've
any
never
other
heard that
human.
before.
You know, check it out, dude. It's I can't pronounce it, but it's like Dictius to Necro. But it's Bethlehem's
Dude.
album with Rainier Landferman.
We
Check
were
it out,
listening last night. David and my friend were over, and that song that's on the Gummo soundtrack. That's not on Apple Music. We couldn't find the song. We had to find it on YouTube. What's that song?
Dude, it's in another language, but you have the way to get that song is you got to buy the double album DVD version of the album that I was just telling him, which is like just some fucking like reissued. It came in a DVD case and it's a double disc, and the disc is one album, and then the other album is like remixes and other like extra shit that they did in that recording session, which was that song for Gummo as well. And they also, it was like a Iron Maiden cover, wasn't it? Or they also did an Iron Maiden cover.
Yeah, that was like a different. Wasn't it?
They did one song,
Eagles Dare
or the
something
song
like that.
The song that's on Gummo maybe isn't the Iron Maiden cover, but the same recording session they did an Iron Maiden cover.
What did they do?
But if you find that quick, it's the DVD case double disc version of the reissue of that album.
Just Google Bethlehem Gummo.
Yeah, that shit's sick.
The band sounds familiar. The name of the band.
Yeah, they call it. It's not really black metal per se.
Do they have a girl singer?
They call
Tony Lar?
So the singer on that one album specifically his name is Rainier Landferman. He's the bass player of the band Pavor. I don't know if you guys heard of the band Pavor.
No.
But super underground, but very, very precise technical death metal.
It's like Joel's favorite band for sure.
It's Joel's favorite band.
Joel
1994 was their first album, and then they came out with another album like 10 years later, and it's called Furioso. And that album, like Casey and I geeked the fuck out on that. A lot of us geeked the fuck out on that. I still love that album, dude. And I like that. That's one of those albums that I love to shelf to like let it recharge. So when I finally pull it back out, it's going to have its full energy, you know? And, but he's the bass player on that album who's like the lead guitar player of the band. You, as a bass player, you should listen to this guy.
I'm down, dude.
And so remember all these names: Pavor, Bethlehem. Well, Bethlehem is him doing vocals only, though, for like a black metal band that calls themselves dark metal. I don't know.
And so Pavor, he plays bass guitar in, or
plays shredding bass guitar in
nice.
Pavor, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna listen to this album and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck have I been doing, dude?"
Dude, that happens to me all the damn time, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's
Just
one of those...
going and playing shows in LA. There's so many fucking awesome people that I still like. I'm like, dude, what am I? I'm gonna go home right now and just break all my shit. Like,
and most of the reason why nobody knows about this band is they've been DIY from the beginning. They've
awesome.
Put out all their albums themselves. You know, they don't do interviews. They don't really do. They've done shows and stuff, but it's only in Germany. And
that's awesome.
You know, it's like we just so happen to be blessed with a couple of guys working at Streetlight Records that knew the shit to bring in and put in the fucking CD sections for us to flip through and find, you know?
Nice.
But yeah, dude, Rainier and he's got a solo album too that came out in 2019. So yeah, a lot of fucking shout outs to Rainier Landferman right now.
Well, fuck yeah, guys. Do you guys have any merch? I looked it up. It seems like you can get Euphoric Defilement merch on the Unique Leader indie merch page. Is that
we do,
right?
You can get that merch, and for shows we're gonna have we don't really have any shirts or anything left. We're kind of lagging in the merch department, but we just got some tapes made.
Oh, sick.
There's a tape release of the Ascending to the Worms album off of Lifeless Chasm Records. Okay. And we're gonna have
that there's the cassette tape resurgence now.
Dude, it's awesome, dude.
I mean, Defeated didn't Defeated just put out a box set of their
tape
whole
box
discography?
Set. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
I'm sure it went like fucking like that, dude.
I know. It's probably like
Yeah,
100
sure.
copies
It's
or whatever.
viral.
And and then there's some assholes that are probably fucking turning that around on eBay right now, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can. I've probably been following a couple of them.
Hell yeah, guys. Well,
I wanted to
Yeah.
recommend something real fast.
go for it.
Go for it.
So my friend David, he like showed me this thing with the Apple Arcade thing, and it's like the song pop party game or whatever. And so basically, like songs pop up, and you have to like guess like what band or what artist it is. Like who guesses first gets the most points. You know.
Yeah.
And you can do it like with parties when you have people over, and you can like they can put it on their phones, and you can send there's like a little code they can add onto it. And it's like a Zoom meeting game kind of thing, but you're like there, you know. But yeah, so it's crazy. Like, so we, you unlock these levels, and we unlocked the metal like level and shit.
Nice.
And we're all playing it and all this, and we keep seeing suffocation like coming up as one of the fucking choices, and we're like, what? It's like it's so random. And then,
So it was a choice, but you hadn't heard a Suffo song yet?
well, not until last night we played it, and dude, it was like Effigy the Forgotten songs coming on and shit, and like, we're like, what is going on, dude? Like, and I was like, is it syncing to my Apple Music or something? But like, I don't know, because there's all this like new metal stuff that I don't listen to. There's like a mix of shit, you know, and like all this shit I don't listen to, so I don't know like how. And it's like only Suffocation, like it's like there's like I don't think there's like any other death metal like specifically like that. It's just Suffocation.
They were like, oh, dude, they did a commercial
Yeah.
for History Channel, dude. We can
Right?
yeah, it's something else. It's fucking rad though. And then there's Death and shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And then like just other like a few other bands, but like those are the two that I'm just like, wow, this is cool. So
Totally. So it's what is it called? Pop what?
song pop party. I think you have to have like Apple Arcade. Someone's got to have like a subscription to that. It's like $5 a month or whatever. But you get like you get a bunch of games and shit. But like if you do that, then like a bunch of people can play on it. Like and they don't have to have that. You know. So I don't know. It's pretty
Nice,
fun, dude.
dude.
I've been having some parties with karaoke. and
I
other
wish
shit,
I
but
could
that's
be at your
been-
pop party, dude.
It's been a rage. I'll just say.
Dude, I would rage out on that, dude. I'd love that. Well, it reminds me of just like the shuffle. I call it the shuffle game, where you got your iPod and you just put it on shuffle, and everybody's got
Yeah.
who guesses the band first, dude. You know, guess it on an intro. You're fucking stoked, dude.
Yeah.
Hey Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
So what's up with Savior, man? When are you guys gonna come out with some new stuff?
Good question.
Hey, we need to talk to Mike Gilbert, dude. I know that.
I've been
everybody-
annoying the fuck out of Mike Gilbert for the past
Dude.
few years, man.
Hey, he the reason why I just keep reminding him is because I know that he still wants to do it, and he just works slow, dude, and that's fine.
Take
That's
your time,
fine
man.
because
Take
it's
your guys' time. We're
it's
patient.
to get more Gilbert riffs. I don't care how long it takes, dude. You know, as long as we get more Mike Gilbert riffs, dude. That's how I feel. So
Wait,
I
I'm sorry.
I just basically, you know, every now and then I'm like, hey, you know, that'd be sick to do some more Severed Savior shit.
Yeah, because there's riffs and then there's Mike Gilbert's riffs. Like,
Yeah. It is something.
Yeah.
And I feel weird saying it because I'm the vocalist of the band, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, before that, I was just a fan, and watching Mike Gilbert play was something that was always special. You know, he just had this like the way of playing, style of playing was so fluid and so natural, and just it seems like it was so easy to him. He'll never say it is, but it looks like it's just so easy for him.
All you guys make it look so easy. Seeing you guys in Pomona, dude, just like being right there watching it, it was a magic trick.
Totally,
You know
dude.
what I
And
mean? Like,
being on stage with that is something that, as a vocalist, I'm like, okay, I know that Mike's always going to be in the pocket. I know Troy's going to be in the pocket. Like, so it's all about me now. I don't have to worry about like, I know that Fecal Philia is going to be played fucking perfect front to back. So it's just all about how many stupid words I can hide with a growl, dude.
Hey, Anthony, it's funny because like now that you mentioned like the shows and everything, you might not remember, but Zakk heard you in the pit once. He has a story about that.
I didn't hurt you. I think we were okay. So I'm moshing to, I forget who it was, dude. Who because you were in the crowd, so it wasn't Severed
You were
Savior.
flip flops.
No, but see, the thing is that I did go into the crowd during Severed Savior sets.
Did you? So
Yeah.
so all I remember is me moshing ignorantly and like crashing into you and stepping on your foot.
Oh, that's all good, dude. And I was wearing sandals.
You were wearing sandals, and I went, bro, I'm so sorry. And you're like, dude, it's my fault.
It's my fault. No,
That's what
dude, so
happens when you go
I have a wireless
open-toed,
mic.
dude.
I have a wireless mic, and about not even halfway through the tour, I just decided to, at certain times I just go into the crowd. I have a wireless mic. I'm not confined to the stage. And I'd end up starting to pit with people while I'm wearing sandals, still doing the songs, dude. And it just became like a thing that I would do. If I fucked up, I fucked up. If I got rocked it's my fault. I'm out here in the pit, And if my foot got stepped on, I'm wearing fucking sandals at a metal show, dude. What the fuck? It's all my fault.
I feel sorry for your toes.
Nah, dude. They're strong. They're strong.
They're calloused.
They're calloused from all the metal pits they've been in.
The
dude.
tops of his toes are all calloused.
They're more calloused than the bottom for some reason.
You play soccer barefoot too.
The tops of my feet feel like the bottoms of your feet, dude.
God.
Jesus Christ.
But the bottoms of your feet are all like soft because you wear sandals.
Totally, dude.
You're like backwards.
I put moisturizer on my sandals before I put them on.
What about the
dude.
part where the flip flop comes through the in between? Is there no callus there? Like the strap? Or is that
totally
tender
raw.
underneath?
It's totally raw, dude.
That's raw?
Right there. It's actually it goes straight to bone right there because it fuses.
Jesus.
When I lock in, it fuses with my body when I put on my sandals. So it has to have.
Sandal.
So Anthony was at Disneyland and he sent us
Oh,
pictures of
dude.
him with Jared Deaver.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
do you have the picture?
And you had these things on your feet that I didn't recognize. What were those?
Can you pull it up right now?
Oh,
Hold
shoes. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
working on it.
Shoes.
Yeah.
Laces.
Yeah,
Is that what
dude.
you had?
I was like, what the hell are
I
those on your
didn't
feet?
even mention that. Now we're at the fucking end of this.
Oh, yeah.
It was totally a synchronicity thing. So we had Jesse and Jared from Incinerate on last week. Then for the week of Thanksgiving, I took my family down to Disneyland, and 2 or 3 days into the trip, I get a random message from Jared like, "Hey, dude, random, but are you in Disneyland?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm actually in Disneyland." I was like, "Yeah, dude, I thought I saw you in Tomorrowland." I was like, "Dude, you're fucking here too." And so we ended up like the next day. We hooked up on Thanksgiving. Yeah, dude, check it out.
Nice.
Yes, dude.
Fucking brothers from another mother.
I know we are like
Right?
twins, dude. Every single person I send this to is like, "Are you guys fucking?"
If you had this
related?
leg tattooed too, it would be like indistinguishable.
Yeah.
Both is
Yes,
that like
dude.
they're both like Disney like themed shirts? Too?
Yep. Yep.
Oh my god. Hold on,
I'm
that's
wearing-
not even the
I'm
best
wearing-
one. This is the
Yes.
best one.
Oh, dude, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Dude, you guys
That's
are
my-
up, man.
Thanks, guys.
Jared.
Christ.
So that's my daughter's mini ears and my niece's mini ears, and we just threw them on.
That's
And that's
awesome.
us, yeah. Just being regular people. But yeah, dude, isn't that fucking strange? It's like I haven't seen Jared for years. I hadn't really talked to him for years. Every now and then we'd pop in or whatever on the socials, and then we have him on the show. We talk about, hey, we need to hang out sometime, and then fucking the next week we just randomly happen to be in the same spot and fucking got to fucking say what's up in person and fucking hang out for a little bit. It was super cool, dude. So fuck yeah, Jared, that was awesome, dude.
Dude, there's one thing I've learned speaking back to Cali Death. Cali Death is so weird like that, dude. Like,
Mhm.
Juan, do you remember we opened for Cerebral Effusion on those couple
Oh,
of
dude.
shows? I got to do
Vegas
it
Death Fest and Ventura, right?
right, with
Yeah.
Inherent Disease
Yeah.
and Embodied Torment.
Body Torment and
Disentomb.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that in Sacramento. Yeah.
Boy, mate.
fuck yeah.
Boy, mates.
So we got to open for those guys, and then I got to tour with them into Pulsed.
Yeah.
And like and we also in the Pulsed I got to tour with Embryonic Devourment, like who I've been opening for every time they come down to California. I've opened for them. Like I've opened for Embryonic Devourment for so many years. Like Cali Death is so weird like that.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
you run into people at the weirdest spots, or you end up on tour with the weird, like, oh, like what the fuck? We're on tour together. Like
And
Okay,
real
like-
homies, you know, which is the fucking best part. Real homies.
Or you end up in a
like,
band with someone you didn't expect to, like
even if you don't know them
it's
personally,
weird.
like you know them online for years, and then you see them in person, it's like, oh shit. But then it's like so it feels like you guys like seen each other yesterday or something, you know, like
That's
Yeah.
one
Crazy.
thing. That's one thing that we've also brought up on this show too. Is like there's certain hoops and hurdles that you got to jump in to be social with people and to connect with people. But like with our community, death metal, Cali death specifically, like you're talking about, you know, being in the Cali death community, it's like there's already those hurdles are cut off the front. We don't need to jump over those hurdles. We're already like 3 or 4 hurdles ahead of that right off the bat, because we have this commonality, you know, this brotherhood that it's kind of like
the camaraderie.
it's kind of built into us to where it just makes us weed out all the bullshit before. It's just like we're all stripped down right at the beginning.
Yep.
Kind of. I mean,
We all start at the same base.
to a degree.
Yeah, to a degree.
But most of the time, everybody's being real. That's what it is. Most people and most of the time are just being fucking real. And that's that's why it's so easy to do this show. It's so easy to go to these shows and have conversations with people, because we're there to fucking get down to business, and the business is having fun. You know?
totally.
Yep. But it's just weird because like I know so many people that happens to, where you're in a band with this guy, and then I mean look at Odious Mortem or Decrepit Savior, as the joke was, or whatever. Like dude, there's so many combinations of all these different people and bands, and then this guy goes over here with it, and it's like it's awesome.
Yeah,
like-
and that was all just, you know, us being in Santa Cruz together, and everybody, you know, progressing together alongside each other, having that camaraderie, that, you know, healthy, what's the word I'm looking for? I just smoked too much weed right in that sentence. Healthy fucking competition. There you go.
Yeah.
Got it. With no help from you motherfuckers.
I had no idea what you're trying to say, dude.
You just
Sorry.
gotta, just let Anthony ramble, dude.
We should wrap it. Let's wrap, dude.
All right, let's wrap it. Have a little pre-pod or post-pod.
Yeah.
Well, dude,
All right.
Juan and Zakk, dude. Thanks.
Dude, thank you for having us,
Dude, thank
man.
you for having us,
It's
man.
a fucking honor, man.
No doubt, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys, it always made sense to me. We just, you know, figured out a time to finally make it happen. And Juan, thank you for fucking being ready to go. Fucking just.
Hey, man, you hit me up. I'm like, are you fucking serious, bro? We're not worthy.
I mean,
Yeah,
we've just been
but
talking
thank you, man.
recently. I just saw you recently. It's like, it makes total sense, dude. It makes total sense.
Oh yeah, man. It's like once we locked in, it's like we met each other. We saw each other yesterday, you know, like so it's like that.
Totally, dude. And
Yeah.
and that's where
Great.
all that shit, this idea happened, and I'm glad this came to fruition, and we got
Yeah.
a sick episode out of it,
Thank
dude.
you guys. We appreciate it, man.
Rock
Totally.
on, dude.
Hell yeah!
So,
Thanks for coming on.
yeah, and thanks to you, everybody who's listening. Fucking hope you guys have a great weekend. CaliDeath.com, Cali Death podcast on all
Can I make an announcement?
socials. Go for it, dude.
Okay, so Euphoric Defilement, we're playing a show this coming Saturday in East LA at the Boulevard. It's gonna be a fundraiser called Toys for Tots. A bunch of local bands are playing, you know, we're playing as well. And like, all you got to do is bring a toy or pay for your entrance. All those toys that are like collected, or all the money goes to like a good cause for kids that
That's awesome,
they
dude.
need.
I wish you mentioned that in the beginning. We would have dropped it at the top.
Oh yeah, like but yeah, no, it's cool. You know, so
Sick,
like
dude.
come down, like have some beers with us. You know, like it's gonna be fun for sure.
Hell
It's a
yeah.
boulevard in East LA.
Help some, you know, in
Go
need
to our,
children to have a little bit of a Christmas, dude.
Go on our Instagram or on our Facebook, and the flyer's there. You know, so
Boom. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Guys. Well, yeah, like I said, have a great weekend. Tell your homies, if you haven't already, about this show. Hit all the buttons and the thumbs up and all the bells and shit for us.
totally.
That helps us out. And we will see you again next week. Rock on.